ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Realms of Awakened Essence Season 7, Episode 3, Icy Intuitions. I am your GM for today's game, and we may be down one player for today's game, our lovely Leilana, but we will determine that and see what she's up to in a few minutes, but if we have to begin without her, we will. And we'll just catch her up when she gets back. She's a very busy woman. And we'll begin in just a few moments, so sit tight, and we'll be starting in just a few seconds. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Realms of Awakened Essence, Season 7, Episode 3, Icy Intuitions. If you're just joining us, we're about to get our show underway, and let's go ahead and introduce our cast members for today's game.
Oh.
Go
Hi.
ahead. We'll start
As usual.
with you. Yep.
Me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Howdy, I am known as usually as Gearbox, but for this game I play as Oldwin and Mage Hand, respectively, and Alex, the werewolf, of the Crystal, and a newcomer known as Dark Matter. You will know more about them as we get into that. Who's next?
Why don't we look at the goblin weird creature that's... Oh wait, no, they're not here. Never mind.
They're not here! Sheet!
What
Crap.
about the guy carrying the handbag that looks like a medical tote?
Oh, that would be Dr. Vess. Practicing kobold.
Practicing kobold, yes.
Here for the party's medicinal needs.
And who do we have standing in the back with their very tiefling-like pose?
Tiefling-like pose. I love your sense of whatever that was. Hi, I am Trisha. I play the wonderful Jokin, tiefling extraordinaire. I also play a character named Lady Berry, who is the goddess of time and space. She's timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. Which I believe that she has joined the group right at the moment because things have
That is correct.
happened.
Yes.
Things have happened.
And Leilana has kind of wandered off and looked for other survivors in the village, and she is going to not be joining the party for this part of the adventure, but she may be coming back later. So while she's off wandering and looking for survivors and stuff like that, she's probably going to head back to the ship and help Drac fix the ship or something, so...
Yeah.
And I'll be playing Drac. We'll be playing all the NPCs and so on and so forth. And is there any last-minute announcements that anyone would like to say before we begin? Now is the time.
Other than next week is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
We
Is that
should
our
be
pirate
playing.
game?
Yeah, that's our pirate game.
Okay. If you want to know more about the pirate game, it is called Shores of Sorrows, and you can learn more about it on our About Us page. All our shows are listed there. And without further ado, any other questions or comments, statements?
Are we sure that the thing is switched over from the starting soon? Sorry.
Yeah, we're still on the starting soon, but...
Oh, we are on that intentionally. Okay, cool. Sorry. Never mind.
Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after the opening intro. Stay tuned.
Okay. I haven't really had much coffee. I had like 1 cup of coffee and make me run. Enough.
Alright, so, we are in the Frostwalker, what remains of the Frostwalker village.
So we're just gonna
And I
start.
believe you guys were headed into the mines to,
Rough direction, yes.
Yeah.
So, who is taking point?
Not Bess.
No, not Baz. Definitely not Aya. I think it will be Lady Mary.
Alright,
Taking point.
Lady Mary's taking point.
She's taking point. She's taking command of the situation. Not that she wants to, but you know.
Alright, and, if I remember correctly, you guys were kind of, like, tied up as prisoners or chained up. Moogie found a bunch of chains and kind of, like, made some makeshift shackles for you guys.
Yes.
To simulate that you guys were prisoners of this encampment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're pretending to. I think I missed a couple sessions, so I'm trying to
Yes.
ease myself into where we are. But we're pretending to be prisoners then.
Yes.
Oh wait, was Dr. Vest not here?
I think I wasn't.
No, you
Well, you're not
I
here
had a
for
lot of work
like.
stuff at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, there's a destroyed village and this new character I'm running that only Alex can see for now.
That's correct.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
You guys walk up to. You guys are like prepping your equipment and stuff like that as you're getting kind of like ready to go into the mines, and he's I forget what his name is, but Ghibli is Gildly or whatever his name is, I forget. But he is putting items into the mine cart at the top of the mine shaft entrance for you guys. And it's basic supplies like rations, a little bit of cold weather gear, some torches,
Right.
1 or 2, and some like basic crossbows that he found lying around in the village. No, it's not much, but it should be sufficient.
Hey. Gotta balance up my music that I'm playing right now.
So, do you guys ready to head out, or?
I think we are.
Alright, so you guys hop into the mine cart, and do you guys head further into the mine, push it I guess Gil Lee is pushing the mine cart because it's very heavy down the tracks, and it's making kind of like a lot of screeching and metal against metal sounds as you're going deeper into the mine. It's getting darker. So, you guys light the torches, I'm assuming.
Hey. Well, actually, I'm trying to think of how many people would see in the dark. Anyways.
Well, for those who have dark vision, you guys can see pretty well in the without the torches, but the torches just provide additional light source.
Yeah.
And you guys are trudging on into the cave, and this is kind of like the time where you guys can make your plan of attack and whatever you guys need to do. While I go grab my dice.
DM
Oh
go.
dear.
Scrabble. Mm,
It's not so much of a scramble, it's more of a
casual scramble.
Mm-hmm.
casual scramble. Yeah, okay.
Less
Um,
panicky.
Yeah, Lady Mary who's leading this particular. Now, is she the one actually holding the chains? Who's holding the chains?
That would be I think that'd be Lady Mary. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would make sense. She'd be doing that.
Because I can't remember what she did last.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Was it Lady Mary or was it Aya that pretended to be the?
Aya was the
Aya.
one
Aya
constantly
was the
faking
leader.
it.
Aya was
Okay,
the
so
leader, yep.
so it would be Aya in front. Lady Mary
Okay.
wouldn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she's leading this particular quote
Yep.
party.
Yep.
Unquote.
Thank you. And,
I could not remember. I am so sorry.
It's been a while, guys. So
It's been a while.
yeah, we're just coming back from our season hiatus for the holidays, so it'll be a little bit of a shaky episode starting. So we'll get back into the swing of things. So all right, so you guys are trudging down deeper into the mines, and you come to a corridor that's kind of like it goes left or right. It's a Y junction.
Mm-hmm.
And the tracks go down the right. The other part is kind of like a dimly lit passageway that goes deeper into the mines.
Okay.
Which way do you choose?
Alden's like, either way is pretty bad. Why are we going down here again?
Ghibli says, "Were we supposed to rescue our people?"
Oh yeah.
And
Sorry,
find,
the fear kind of overwhelmed me.
And Lady Mary goes and find
the time
the thing
crystal.
that's to find the time crystal that's not supposed to be here.
Okay. I feel like I'm kind of the center of attention all of a sudden. Mage-Hand's like, because you asked a stupid question.
You said it was either left or right?
Left or right, yep.
Okay.
Mage-Hand's like, we're going down to do the thing. We're gonna save some people. Gotta take a crystal.
Let's go to the right.
Go to the right where the track's over. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
I don't know why, but
right, and there's the sound of rushing water.
Okay.
Ahead. And Ghibli is still pushing the cart, and he suddenly stops pushing as he sees that there's no tracks up ahead, and it's a sheer cliff off the edge.
If you kept pushing, I think we would have fell.
And he looks around and he sees that there's like an outcropping, and there's just bottomless pit below you. And on the other end, you can see the tracks continue about 60 feet down and into another tunnel opening.
So is it like a chasm opened up and separated the tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's a large open room, and then there's like this ledge here. The tracks kind of fall off and stop, like they fell, and there's just air here or something fell out below, and then the tracks continue down here.
Okay.
Alex kind of looks at it and goes, I think the crystal can do something about this. Either make a makeshift bridge or even reverse it back into place.
Well, I think we should be
Right.
careful about continental shifts here.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, continental shifts is what we warrant. Um, uh, uh, Lady Mary's just kind of throwing out some sort of techno babble that none of you actually understand.
Okay, I see. If we reverse it, it could cause maybe something being inside us all sudden. So
We hear water as well, don't we?
Yes, there's a waterfall running water off on the left-hand side from a large
Okay.
hole in the above you.
Okay.
It's very,
How-
very powerful running water.
And we don't see it hitting the bottom of this pit, right? Because this pit's
Correct.
like
Yes,
okay.
pretty bottomless.
We don't hear it either, so it's not like, oh, the bottom's like out of sight. It's like,
Mhm.
but Alex goes, okay. I think the crystal can make a makeshift crystal like rail bridge to connect the two paths.
Well, that would be wonderful if it could. Um, oh, oh, I'm useless, says Lady Mary, and just kind of raises up her eyebrow, going,
What do you mean
and
useless?
you're letting me lead this particular cockamamie.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep, yes, we
Alright,
are.
So if the crystal is going to do something, they need to roll for it.
Yeah. The crystal appears next to Alex and
Arcana.
goes, "Hey, can you build a bridge?" It just kind of pulses a little bit while it flies over to like the beginning of the rail in front of us. Okay.
And I'm bringing back an old favorite that our audience really likes, and that is essence points and what I like to call threat points.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, please
Now?
no.
I'm going to be spending 4 threat to increase the range of difficulty by 3.
Okay, let me look for my arcana. I have an idea how this is going to work. Because the crystal is very powerful, I'm looking at Alex's to give a base, and then I'm going to boost it a little bit to make it more sense for a crystal.
Okay.
Nothing too intense, though. Let's give it a casual around. Let's say that. Damn, I rolled a 10 because my luck is apps. I have really bad luck recently, and I don't know why.
Alright. So the bridge starts to, I guess, form, but you notice that the crystal's energy it's too much for the crystal, and it's like struggling.
You've
complete the
done
bridge.
bigger.
So you have maybe 2/3 of a bridge, but it's not enough to get all the way across.
Can we ramp it up so that we go like shoo?
If the bridge is high enough.
It's up to the player who's playing that character.
I mean, that might still be a terrible idea too, but I figured I'd put it out there.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And just kind of looks at that. I guess angling would be nice. Yes.
And Ghibli's just standing there, and he says, "Well, I could give the cart a push, but only if you want me to."
Oldman's like, "Are you sure we can make that gap? It's not that big of a gap, but I feel like if we screw it up, we're gonna fall into the nothingness."
It's a risk we're gonna have to take.
Well-
And Aya looks at people behind her and goes, "Well, which would you rather? Us fall 60 feet down to the floor, or that way?"
Ghibli just kind of shrugs his big Yeti-like shoulders.
How wide is the gap total again?
It's about maybe 30 feet. Like
Okay.
distance between like the edge of the lip of the
Okay.
ramp that you built and then this other part of the track.
And our like makeshift bridge goes maybe about 20 feet across it.
Correct.
more
yes.
or less. Okay. Not that I'm the best person to push it, but I will say that I'm one of the best people to not ride in the thing because there's a fair chance I can personally jump the rest of the way on the gap. So I'll volunteer to help push if people need to ride in the minecart. We need to like catapult it across.
All right. So who's hopping in the cart? I need to know this.
I just realized Old One has plus 14 as athletics, that I assume you need athletics to climb things.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, Aya has a disadvantage on athletics, so she is not climbing into the cart.
Actually, both Alex and Old One both have pretty high athletics. One has 12, one
Lady
has...
Mary will climb into the cart since I do
Alright.
not have her character sheet like right in front of me right at the
Fair
moment.
enough. Alright, so we have Lady Mary in the cart.
Yeah, we have Lady Mary in the cart.
People with high athletics, are they going in the cart or not in the cart?
People without high athletics should probably go in the cart. Vest can do his like special ability to like Mario jump the rest of the way, hopefully.
Fair enough.
So that's what I'm counting on. But
Alright.
I mean, he's got a low athletics, but
Yeah.
might as well. Otherwise, if he's in the cart, he's effectively dead weight. So he might as well try to help.
Alex just goes, I'm probably too heavy.
I think I just found her, although this doesn't have a. Yeah.
Well, Alex, do you feel confident in jumping the gap yourself?
I have claws and the crystal. I could probably scale up if I have to.
Okay. Well, bearing in mind that the crystal is currently making the bridge.
I assume after it failed to make the full bridge, it just stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not? Is it still expending power to maintain the bridge, or is it just made and that's it?
It has around 3 minutes or so before the structures that the crystal make fall.
Yeah, which means we should probably like
Book
organize
it.
who's in the cart and who's not pretty quickly.
You can tell how long you have left by looking at how colorful and flashy it is. Like once it starts getting gray, you can tell it's starting to fall apart, like the bridges it makes, because it's made of crystal with colors in it. So
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Yes. Lady Mary is definitely in the cart.
Alright.
Aya is not, but she can walk.
Alright.
Well, no, she can't because she has a walking speed of 20.
Correct.
Why does she have a walking speed of 20?
May I
Everyone-
remind you guys that you have something else that you're not considering, but
Oh,
what is it?
some of you have wings.
Wings.
Yeah, but that the wings. Yes, I know that, but the wings, my flying speed is equal to my current walking speed, so it's still
Yeah.
20 feet.
20 feet fleet.
but it is flying speed, meaning you're not in danger of falling at least.
That's true. So what she's going to do? She's going to look left, and she's going to look right
Before she crosses the tracks.
before she crosses the tracks. Whoop.
Alright.
It's like butterfly float across.
Well, no, these are actual dragon's wings. So
Okay, fair enough.
So you managed to make it to the other side safely.
Yep.
And you're looking up at the party kind of like teetering on the edge of this cliff kind of thing at the top.
Okay.
At the top of the
Is
bridge.
so
Thing.
Bess is not in the cart. It sounds like Alex is gonna not be in the cart.
Alright.
And Old One is just sitting there like, should I be on? Can I be off? I'm pretty good at climbing, but what if
Oh.
I slip?
How many people do we have? Like, who's in the cart at this point?
There's just
Ghibli?
one person is in the cart, and that is Lady Mary.
That's
Lady
Ghibli's
Mary.
pushing.
Lady Mary. Only Lady Mary.
Ghibli's
Only
gonna
Lady
do it.
I
Mary.
mean, we could
Well-
probably put more people in the cart. is my
Yeah.
point.
The cart can support up to 3 additional people, so it's big enough to hold 4.
But each character probably has their own weight depending on their size.
Yes. So,
Like, Old One is pretty small, but he also has actually the best athletics out of the
Yeah.
between of Alex and, well, Oldwin. Like Oldwin has Oldwin has the best athletics. Alex has 12.
Yeah.
One
I just have 12.
like one has 14, one has 12. Like in their modifiers.
Yeah.
Either of which is that bad, really.
Yeah, the 14 is some of the best because I'll at least get a 15 if I roll a 1.
All right. I will
For
say this much:
Oldwin.
time is ticking, so
Yeah, the,
Yeah, I know.
the bridge is starting to become gray.
Let's
It's like-
go. Let's go.
Just Alex goes, longer we wait, more that bridge can't be held.
Okay,
And
let's.
we're trying to preserve the crystal as much as possible. So let's go.
all right. So Ghibli is like poised, ready to push the cart at the edge of down the ramp. He says, "Last call. Anyone hopping in?"
Oldwin goes, okay, we're gonna risk it for a biscuit. He says, we're hopping in. Hello, Lady Mary.
All right.
It's Alduin, right?
All the way
Yeah,
up.
Oldwin just
Okay.
risks it for a biscuit.
All right.
Okay. Well, hello, Alduin. You know, you and I need to talk.
So I'm gonna assist the guy pushing the cart for what it's worth.
All right. So you're gonna assist Ghibli.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Alex gonna help too, using his werewolf muscles.
so you guys are gonna. Ghibli says, "We can push and people can jump in at the last minute if they need to."
Well, that's
Enough
true.
Momentum. So he eyeballs the trajectory and says, "Are we ready?
I think so.
Right, ready and waiting?
3, 2, 1. I need everyone who's pushing to give a strength check."
Okay.
Okay, Alex.
It's a good thing Aya is on the other side of this, watching all this happen.
Yep.
Just kind of.
Okay, Alex is rolling. He's got a 14.
14. Okay. Yep.
Ew. Best roll is 7.
Ghibli sees Vest slip and fall, grabs him, and chucks him in the cart.
Okay.
Get in there.
All right, so there's 3 people in the cart. What else did we have? A 14, and who else was rolling? Ghibli already rolled.
I already rolled.
Okay.
That might be it then. It was just
Yeah,
the three.
there was
Just
only
the
2
three of
people
us?
that.
Okay.
That
All right.
yeah, there was only 2.
So Ghibli gives a mighty shove of the cart, and it rolls down the tracks. And he is going to kind of like do like the jogging, like run down the ramp as the cart's leading him. He's gonna take a running leap. And he's gonna like kind of like do that like slow motion kind of like flying in the air kind of thing. And the cart's like slowly falling towards the tracks below. And he sees that the cart is not going to make it. He grabs the cart and he's going to do a kind of like a somersault in midair, like a pirouette.
Right.
And he's going to
Okay.
land with the cart upside down under his arms and kind of like do a 3-point landing on the other end.
Damn.
Then
So he's on the other side?
He rolled a 25 as his base.
Oh, dang.
stat.
Damn.
Yeah. So go Ghibli.
Oldwin was like, that was scary.
Ghibli.
Behind you, you see the bridge just crumble.
And Alex is like, well, shit.
Hopefully, we'll have time to sleep and let the crystal recharge.
Probably, hopefully, Alex says, well, I'm going to have to make it cross now, and the crystal bridge is pretty much gone.
Who's still on the other side?
I don't believe anyone else is on the other side because you all kind of just hopped in the cart.
I thought we were all. Yeah, I thought everybody not in the cart was at least trying to push it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex was pushing it. I don't know what Alex did, though.
Mhm. Alex, I think, was grabbed by Ghibli at the last minute and kind of just, you know, like under his arm.
Either that or he was grabbed, but he just climbed up after, like,
Fair enough.
just kind of hitting the wall, probably.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are on the other side, and there's a kind of like a gaping entrance to the next part of this cavernous tunnel. You guys proceed.
Yes.
You proceed into
But-
the tunnel. Go ahead.
Yeah. Lady. Lady Mary. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Aya, who's now again taking lead. She kind of looks left, looks right, retracts her
And-
wings.
Yep. You walk into this cavern, and it's a little bit shorter than normal, so people kind of have like crouch as they're walking. It's getting smaller.
Oh, bollocks. Okay.
Freaking Alex in like this like 4-leg walk now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you come into
I'm
a large
Actually,
opening into like a large cavern overlooking what looks like a very large complex of like machinery, lots of what looks like some kind of transparent glass, maybe crystal. You don't know, but you see this like large kind of like dome structure built into this like over this volcanic kind of like parapet or precipice, and there's a tube going down into the lava, but it doesn't seem to be like burning up or anything like that. And you see a lot of Chrysalis troops moving about, maybe like 3 or 4 squads of 4
right.
down there, and there's probably a lot more in the facility. And you see one of these squads leading these prisoners up to this front gate where there's heavily armored Chrysalis kind of like mining vehicles and stuff like that. And
Right.
all of them are toting large blaster weapons that look like giant crystal spikes.
Mm.
And if anyone, you're like above this scene, kind of like off on the corner, the fly on the wall. And if you guys would like to roll perception or insight to possibly hear
well,
what they're saying.
Okay. So, yeah, since Aya is closest. Whew. That's nice.
Another 7 for me, so.
All right, you don't hear
15,
anything.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Shield.
22 for Aya.
All right.
Yes. Apparently, Alex is very good at perception, so let's do that then.
What did he roll?
And
Not yet,
18 for Lady Mary.
18 for Lady Mary. So Lady Mary
And Aya.
Aya here.
I just got a 31 for Alex. His wolf ears
Wow.
came in clutch.
Wow, nice.
Hears a majority of the conversation. And
Yep.
who else is rolling? That's it?
That's it.
Alex got a 31 with his cool werewolf
Wait,
ears.
well, I mean, does Alduin roll, or is he not paying
Al-
attention?
Does Alduin roll? That is the question.
I could let old one try and get a roll at it.
Does he want to listen? That's up to him.
It's like he looks away a little bit, but like Mage Hand just kind of like redirects his head. Okay, he got a 23.
Dang.
Alright,
Okay.
so,
Both Alex and old one come.
Everyone hears it as the guards are converging with this party of prisoners, and you just hear them say, "I see you brought more people from the mines. Excellent. Yes, they were very much trouble. Well, you know what to do. Take them in, put them to work. We need them to find that whatever our boss needs." Yes, sir. And the gate just opens, and they're trudging in. Now, whoever rolled a 31 or 32,
I
That
roll
would
31.
be Alex.
Alex,
Yeah, Alex did.
you
That would be
see
Alex.
the young mother and you see the father of this Frostwalker child that you still have with you back up at the
Wait, we still have him. Nani?
back up at the camp.
They got caught.
Yeah, the father has been separated from the child again, and he is shackled in chain, and he's like he sees you, but he doesn't give any sign, but he notices that you're like up on that ledge. As he's looking around, kind of like frantically.
Am I the only one that notices this?
Yes, and one of the
Yes.
Frostwalkers just kind of shoves him into the line, and says, "Keep moving."
My character goes, guys,
What?
look. Points to the dude. Father.
Right. Okay.
That can't be good. The
And,
kid's not there.
Lady Mary just kind of. I'm not the one speaking here. It's all up to Aya to convince them about
Like-
us.
The kid's left alone again.
hopefully somebody will be with. Yeah. Okay. Go on,
Alex is
Hannah.
like, uh,
We've got to get down there somehow. Go.
Alex is thinking really hard what to do. Also, I can't even use dark matter yet because remember what last thing that happened.
No, actually, it's been
I'm
a while.
talking to Kenny, really, but yeah. It was the scene with the dwarf man. Dark matter showed up. I can't use dark matter until that scene's done, John.
We can't hear you if you were on mute.
Oh, that's exactly what they. I know exactly what scene you're talking about, and I'll get to it in a moment.
Okay.
So we you guys kind of like crawl down the side of the this little walkway that goes down to like the behind these like trucks that are like mining vehicles or troop vehicles. You can't tell, and you're kind of like hiding behind them as the troops are kind of walking a little bit of distance away, kind of like doing their normal patrols. What do you guys want to do? Because you're gonna have to get into this facility somehow, some way.
Well, I mean, the way that we were supposed to do it was we were going to bluff our way in, and
But we can't just appear in front of them because that looks suspicious. No matter what we do, we need to come from the entrance at least.
we are coming from the entrance.
No, we came from a ledge against the walls. I understand it. We used an unused passage. Remember how we got in? It was through a freaking giant crack in our way. Like, I don't think anyone could believe that some people that captured, or some other people went through the effort to go through a unused entrance. They would have known it was an unused entrance if they actually worked there.
Yes, but how did they get from up there to down there without
Being noticed?
something to?
Hmm.
Do you see my point?
Well, we climbed down without being noticed because yes.
Alright, whoever's closest to the, I probably have Aya do this. Aya, you're
Oh,
looking
jeez.
around, like, around the corner of, like, this kind of, like, this vehicle, kind of, like, peeking your head around. And you see a large, kind of, like, open, hole in the, like, the wall. And it looks like there's, like, a blast door of some kind. And it's
Open the blast door!
slowly
Open the blast door!
It's slowly opening, and you see more trucks rolling in with prisoners.
Trucks.
And they're
Yes.
headed- and they're headed your way.
Oh,
And you see a
That's
road
always-
kind of like in front of you, at your feet. These other trucks are kind of like parked off to the side.
Are they? Oh, there's trucks off to the side.
You're hiding
Yes.
behind one, yeah.
Why don't we
You're using
why don't we
it as
just-
cover?
take one of
Well-
these trucks and drive in?
well,
It's up to you guys.
where are the trucks going?
They're going into the facility down on the
Yeah,
side. There's
what-
like there's the gate that where the prisoners were let in, the walking
Uh-huh.
prisoners. And then
Uh-huh.
there's a path that splits off from that deeper underneath this like facility. There's like two entrances, there's a walking entrance and then like a side entrance to like this area. Where I guess they process the prisoners. But
Well,
Yeah.
driving one of the things is even going to be more unlikely.
I just remembered where the kid was.
Yep.
In the
Where?
crystal.
Ah,
Yep.
that's right.
And
That's right.
That's why we shouldn't be concerned.
And
Okay.
while you guys are discussing this, we're gonna cut to the ship. So,
Yeah.
Track is kind of like standing there, and he's just like looking at himself like in a mirror with these like claws and stuff like that, and like a little bit of. He's a little furrier than normal. Like his beard is longer. He's
His
still
whole body's furred out.
He looks human, but he looks like a very furry dwarf.
Dark matter is just sitting there behind him, of course, through the reflection, just going, I guess that's your new look now. Well, I guess you're changing a little bit, you know.
And Drac just kind of like looks at this creature and says, "So, I can't change back." can I?"
Well, actually, you're not even fully done changing,
What
he
do
says
you
while
mean?
sitting up. Well, you don't really got, you know, he does like a muzzle, like a thing. Like he puts his hand in front of his face, like he's kind of gesturing to a muzzle.
Ah!
Meg!
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, we took a unexpected trip to town.
Oh, fair
So, excellent, you're right on cue because we're back at the ship where Drac is turned into is slowly turning into some kind of werewolf creature. And
Yeah.
you make it back. I kind of put your character like walking back to the ship to kind of help with the repairs, and you are entering the cargo bay or what's left of it.
Hmm.
At this point.
Okay, well, just
Mhm.
for now, leave me sitting there because I gotta take
Okay.
care of a couple more things, and then I'll officially join the party.
Fair enough.
Okay,
All
okay.
right.
Cool.
So,
I'll be right back.
cool.
But
so,
Argument goes, yeah.
The Drac is just kind of looking at himself and like he sees his snout like slowly stretching. He says, "That hurts a lot."
Well, of course it does. You think
Painful.
being a werewolf is easy? He says, while kind of like getting onto his shoulder. He is small, so like, well, he's not extremely small, but dark matter isn't
Yeah.
like short.
Yeah. And then he looks down and he sees his legs kind of stretching. He says, "Seriously? At least I'm a little
You're gonna-
taller."
Well, congratulations, you get to be a werewolf for free without needing to be mauled or anything. Very lucky, very lucky.
And he says, "Lucky, yeah, sure." As like his
Ah.
like fangs are like stretching out and stuff like that.
If that's how you're gonna act about being a werewolf, you're gonna hate what kind of werewolf you are.
What do you mean? As he turns his snout and clearly like looks straight in the eyes of this creature.
Okay. I am not really like myself before, and a little unmoral, but a good way to explain it is he pulls out this really tiny vial, and it's just pure red for him. Like, actually glowing pure red, and
Yeah.
as it goes,
Drax just like his claw starts reaching for it. And he starts licking his lips, and he's like,
he reaches, he pulls it away. Ah! You may be wondering what this is.
"Whatever
Well-
it is, it's glowing, and I want it some way,
Well-
somehow."
The best way to say it is a child's blood, he says while putting it away. And let's say you're gonna have some hard times.
Drax's brow narrows, and he says, "So you're saying I'm gonna have to kill innocent children to sustain?"
You don't
this?"
have to. Our good friend Alex already resisted it. Well, didn't resist it. He got stopped. But I know someone before Alex, and even before you, that has this same problem and managed to conquer it mostly. A little scarred, but I imagine you could get through. As a confident captain, as I have heard of you so much of.
And then Fredbot just rounds the corner and says, "Oh, hello."
Ugh. Okay, my character just goes, "Ugh. Apparently, yeah, I guess my invisibility does not work on robots. Disappointing. Well, these robots, not the ones I come deal with. Your robot's apparently too advanced or something. Not magical, though. Very disappointing," he says while knocking onto Freddy a little bit.
Freddy just kind of
No.
says, "Excuse me, that is my head. I'd appreciate if you do not knock on it."
Well, it has more personality than some robots I've met, though. May not be magical, but definitely annoying, he says.
Captain,
Well, anyway.
Captain, the ship is currently at 45% repaired. We have a lot of work to do. Given your new... The robot just kind of like looks up, looks down, and then looks back up. Like the full like up top to bottom kind of look and says, "Given your new situation, Captain, I would suggest you utilize your strengths to the best of your ability given your new form." And Drac just like kind of looks at Dark Matter and says, "Well, maybe it's time to give this body a test run."
Well, I expect you should. Well, anyways, I do have some other things to watch upon. So I'll see how you are when I come back, he says, while just kind of walking around a corner and just disappearing.
And Freddy just kind of like says, "Maybe we should get the warp core back online." "Good idea," he says, kind of like snarling, and he just walks with Freddy, and they have like the walk and talk moment as they're going down the hall, and it's muffled voices, and then we cut back to
Yeah.
the mine shaft, or the cavern, where the facility is.
Nice. Meanwhile, somewhere completely different. Alex just just kind of puts his hand on his face.
The trucks
What are we supposed to do?
The trucks are slowly approaching. They're about to pass you guys, so
What are we supposed to do?
Okay. Now, just hang on a second. How fast are the trucks going?
maybe about 15 miles per hour.
Like really quick?
No, they're slow.
They're
Wow.
slow.
These are like military grade, like think of them like dump trucks, but the dump truck part has been removed and put with like a troop carrier part.
Anyways, you don't want to go too fast. You don't want to rock people up like it's a smoothie over here.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, I'm supposed to be bringing you guys as prisoners.
Yes, but look at the angle we are. We're literally against a wall, pretty much, with a car in front of us. That's not going to look natural. Unless we act we're coming from the car, but who knows how long the car's been here.
True. But there's a walking path. Now, where is that walking path? Is that also in front of us, or is that on the level below?
They're so a lot of the troops were kind of like going down the same path, and then it splits after you get through the gate.
Oh, so we still have to get through the gate, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the front gate. But all
Okay.
the trucks and walking prisoners are just kind of like going through the same gate, down the same road.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you guys behind you just see Aldwin just like his nose kind of crunches up. He goes, Maytag goes, don't do it, don't sneeze.
And Lady Mary, without even thinking about it, goes, "Don't sneeze."
Everyone pointing at him, don't sneeze.
No. That wasn't point. That's putting the finger underneath the nose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't sneeze.
And I'm gonna spend one threat.
Oh,
Jeez.
Oh no.
So
Oh, no.
the
I know.
coming up, like around one of these trucks, on the other side, is one of these guards, and he says, where you hear like the voices of two guards, and it says, where is B Squadron? I believe they were supposed to be here an hour ago. What's taking them so long? Oh,
Peace
they were supposed to
Squadron.
bring some more prisoners, or something.
Peace Squadron.
Was that us?
I think so.
Has anyone tried contacting them? They should be here by now. I agree. Maybe they got lost. I don't know. Maybe we should ask our superior if we should send a scouting party out. That's a good idea. You take lead, and they start walking past you, like as you duck your head back around the corner, and they just walk down towards the open like blast doors on the
Okay.
side where the trucks are kind of passing them.
Okay. Look, we've obviously are this B team,
Okay.
so we need to either make our presence known or we need to get in there somehow.
Our presence now.
Well, I mean, I think we should either try to grab one of these trucks, but it seems more like we should just try to fall in line behind with the pedestrian path. If we time it right, we can either join the tail end of another group or
That's
just
true.
like
That's-
get in while a truck is passing.
One of
And
the trucks is lumbering by already.
yeah, let's just try to sneak in while the truck is going by, and people won't realize like we weren't there before the truck showed up.
Okay. And Lady Mary,
Alex goes, we should probably wait until the truck's in front of us, and then we walk up against the truck, and then when the truck goes by, we're just there.
Right? Exactly.
exactly. Lady Mary goes, it's a sound plan, but we have a minor problem. How is Aya going to explain this?
Alright, so I need to know what you guys are doing. Are you stealthing your way next to the truck as it's passing?
I think that was the consensus that we were stealthy.
There's a
Alright,
fair
so
chance. There's a fair chance if we just look prisoners.
Howdy.
They'll just let us go in.
All right.
So
Yeah,
those
but
of you
Anne's
need
not
to roll.
supposed to look like a prisoner. Anne's supposed to be leading you lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Howdy.
So what's going on now? What's the story?
So you are back
Son of
on
a
the
bitch.
ship currently, and the party is down at some sort of underground facility that they've just discovered. That's being run by the Chrysalis, and they're taking in prisoners on these large, like, mining troop transport things. And the party is trying to
Alright.
decide how they can get into the facility without being, quote-unquote, detected. And right now they have kind of a little bit of a plan to go in as prisoners, but they're trying to decide their next move, so...
Okay.
So right now you're not in this particular scene, but I'll get to you in a
Oh,
moment.
I'm not in this scene?
No, because you decided to head back to the ship to help with the repairs.
Okay.
Because I didn't know if you were coming or not, so that's why I tried to put your character off.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Alright.
Wait, but
Ooh.
which character has gone back to repairs? Remember, he runs too.
I believe Moogie is with the party,
Let me
and
pull up.
Leia is headed back to the ship.
You came, Hank. You're a little out of
I
breath.
just came back from checking the mail. It's a sort of a incline to get back up the hill. So, and my
Oh.
fat ass has trouble walking up hills.
Oh,
Ah.
I am so sorry.
I can
Trying to walk
sympathize.
up a hill is it sucks. Yes, I feel your pain. I know.
I have
exactly
like
what
no
you're talking
muscle
about.
mass, so it's equally
Hmm.
difficult.
All right.
Alright.
So, I need Lana,
Mhm.
and then I need Moogie.
Moogie.
Alright.
By the way, for those interested, just are you streaming?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is also an attention notice to everyone out there who's watching the stream as well. This coming Monday, barring any events or drama, yada yada yada, my game will be starting up again. So if you guys want to come in and see that, you're welcome to. Now that's knock on wood.
What?
My table's made of wood.
Mine is too.
So yeah, we'll be having a return of the Glory of the Pearl on this coming Monday. All right, please continue.
Alright. So what is the party doing right now? I believe we were rolling for stealth.
We were rolling. Yes, we were rolling for stealth. Oh Lord, Lady Mary's not gonna have any problems with this, but Aya is. Because
Alright.
Aya's gonna roll that with disadvantage. I'm going to roll that first.
Hey, Mag, do you want to roll for Ghibli, or do you want me to roll, since I have his stats up?
Ghibli. Oh, you can roll.
Okay.
I forgot Ghibli was Ghibli. Did we name him Ghibli?
I'm just calling him Ghibli because I don't remember exactly. I'm not looking at his title of his name right now, so...
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Didn't I
Okay.
write his name down?
You think that's bad?
Yeah, it's
I just rolled, and Oldwin got a 20, and Alex got an 18.
Aya got a 6.
Okay, can I?
Hang on. I'm gonna roll for Lady Mary. So just give me a second.
Give you a minute.
Oh wait, she doesn't have a disadvantage.
Best rolled a 4 on a natural.
Kenny, it's Gifly with an F.
Gifly, thank you.
Obviously.
Yeah, luckily I had it written down.
Can just Alex just grab at least one of you guys and just hide you under his fur?
And Lady Mary had a 15.
15.
Yes.
She had a 15 because they were roommates.
Oh.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Why? Why, Mag? Why?
Because I like to sow the misery.
Alright.
Apparently
But,
so.
Those of you who
it-
rolled 14 or above managed to fall in line, but Aya is kind of like looking left, looking right, and then kind of like the truck just like passes.
Well, doesn't Moogie have to roll?
Yes,
Yes.
Moogie does have
Yeah.
to roll because he's
Moogie
with the-
has to roll.
Can Alex grab like one of the smallest players and just like the one that's
And
wait,
bury him in the
small
fur.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes, fortunately.
also,
Dr. Vest, how low did you roll?
I rolled a natural one.
Okay, can my character just pick up Dr. Vest and just like hide him until it's time to like bring him out so no one knows?
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a what?
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
all right.
What
What form are you in, Mookie? By the way, so
Demon form, of course.
all right. So you just hear this little thump, thump, thump behind you, and then
Mookie, shush!
and then you just see one of these trucks go. and
Is it
stop in
slowing
front-
down?
Stop in front of the convoy, and there's a gap between the convoy, and two of these guards hop out and say, "You there, prisoners? Where's
What?
your leader?"
At that point, Aya will step out.
I'm totally the
Technically
person that owns these people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Moogie is her behemoth bodyguard.
I can see that. She steps out. They are mine.
Why aren't they coming from the mines? Where did you come from?
I knew it.
I was supposed to bring them. I was told to bring them to the mines.
Roll me a deception check.
Is it deception or is it persuasion?
Persuasion. I'll take persuasion too.
I'm going.
Lying.
Moogie is going to assist with an intimidation glare.
All right,
Okay.
roll me intimidation.
Oh, God. So this
Oh,
is persuasion, right?
Wow, Moogie, you suck. That's 13.
So this is
put it
persuasion.
on. Yes, the persuasion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So my 13 with
Dirty
your
20.
so that's 31. No, 33 total because of the assist.
So they look to the demon-like creature and they say, "Fine, fall in line. Make sure their shackles are tight."
Oh, definitely.
Can't move.
And they,
The quote from Star Wars comes back to mind. This isn't going to work. Why didn't you say so before? I did say so before.
Star Wars is fun,
as
dude.
you're trudging closer to the gate, looming overhead are these large towers with about like 3 or 4 guards pointing these large like spiked crystal like weapons at you.
Mage Hand's casually just has one shackle on him. Oh, I can't move.
It's like on his thumb, and he's chained to like the rest of the party.
Oh, the pain.
Oh, the pain, the misery,
I've been
agony,
captured.
agony.
Like everyone's just like looking at him like, could you not? You're gonna give us away. Oh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And we cut to the ship where Leilani
Leilani.
are in the ship's cargo bay, making your way to the bridge. When round in the corner is your favorite bot, with this new kind of super furry looking Drac. Looks like
What on earth is going on here?
Hi, I know what this might be. And then Freddy just chimes and says, "Yeah, your captain turned into a giant werewolf."
I'm not sure the term werewolf is acceptable, considering the fact that that world I went to, there was something similar there called a furry. Yeah, let's just. I'm gonna call you a furry from now on.
Drac just like points like a bony, like kind of like taloned middle finger at you, and then just be like,
Casually, Dark Matter just having like a laughing fit in the background.
Now we have a dilemma. Unfortunately, the others decided to go into the mines as prisoners, and I have to come back here and help you with the ship.
he says, "Well, you can probably lift some of these bulkheads that are lying about."
You look like you're stronger than I am right now.
He just picks one up and hefts it over his shoulder, and he just kind of like hoists it, and he's like, "Huh."
I'm strong.
And then just kind of like tosses it to the side and just kind of starts picking up more pieces of the ship and says, "Maybe you can go help Freddy with the warp core."
How about I jam Freddy into the warp core and use him as leverage?
Ah!
Freddy just kind of like backs up and says, and then you just see like a needle pop out. It's like, "I will administer a sedative if necessary."
She's gonna turn and she's gonna roll an intimidation glare at Freddy.
Okay.
Oh God! Yes, yes, do
That's
it.
gonna be contested.
Wow, really? Really,
Palpatine.
Dice God? You're gonna be mean to me like that?
Do it.
What did you
Do it.
roll?
A 12.
Well, you beat Freddy at a 10.
Good.
Freddy just kind of like slowly retracts the needle and it's like, "I am not a power core. Although I may have batteries, I am not a power core." And he just floats off like, it's like, "If you need me, I'll be in sick bay." He just floats away.
Good. Stay there. All right, Jack. Let's just get this ship rebuilt if we can.
Alright, this is gonna be a couple tasks. So I need you to roll a strength check to lift things. And,
Oh God, Leilani is terrible with strength.
Arcana check to basically like use the computers and stuff like that and bring them back online.
What about getting the med bay section off the cliff wall?
Yeah, you're gonna also have to do that somehow. Maybe acrobatics or combination of acrobatics and
No, I have a better idea.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
No.
Alright.
Yes, I do.
No.
By the way, the ship is 45% repaired, but that's far from, perfect. It's not flyable at this point. It's still in a couple pieces, so.
So, Dracathio, how do you suppose I get that ship piece down?
You mean the sick bay and the mess hall? He looks up.
Uh-huh.
He says, "I can try and jump up there and grab it, but I won't be able to lift." He looks at his claws and stuff like that and says, "I may have this new form, but I don't know its capabilities yet."
Okay, then, since you have no suggestions, I'll do it for you. She's gonna launch a lightning bolt at the wall.
Oh no.
At the cliff wall.
Roll damage.
Hold
Roll a hit. Roll a hit.
What?
on. I rolled a hit. Okay,
Yes.
Because lightning bolt, I believe, is a roll to hit spell.
let me see.
Mhm.
Nope, it is instantaneous.
Damn. Okay.
Now I have to roll 12d6s. I
Yes, please.
have to roll 12d6s.
Yep.
Plus my spell
Oh,
modifier, which is
No.
modifier is a shit.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, spell modifier is a +4. Oh, and just to ensure, since I have that, where's it at?
Yep.
Where's that? There it is. Let's see. I am going to use an extra, one of the charges from my staff to boost the effects of the lightning bolt at 7th level.
Are you trying to destroy the sick bay?
Oh Lord.
Oh, no.
Alright, so I need to know how much damage this is going to do.
Okay, Aya, or Trish,
Yes.
when I use a charge, if I'm already using a spell that has a level above what the charge's level spell level is, does
Yeah.
that give it 1 extra d6 of damage?
For. Okay, what are you using?
I'm using the staff
Uh-huh.
that you
Oh, the
made the sheet
staff.
for.
That staff.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. I'm going to use a
Lord.
charge from that staff to increase the damage of my lightning bolt of 7th level.
Hang on.
So does it increase it by 1d6?
Hang on. Hang on.
Because I want this to be a show for my re-entry into the party.
Because I have it all written down here, and it's sort of like,
Yay! Lightning fireworks!
pretty much. Okay, so you're doing a lightning bolt?
I'm doing lightning bolt at 7th level, but I'm using a charge, one of the 5 charges for the lightning bolt on the staff, but I'm putting that charge into my 7th level lightning bolt. 7th level lightning bolt is 12d6. So does that one charge increase it to 13d6 for just 1 point?
I mean, mechanically, I would allow that, but
I just want to.
I would. Yeah, I will. Yes, that will happen.
All right.
I didn't exactly make that clear when I wrote up this.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's a 1-for-1 deal. 1 charge, 1d6 extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I need to roll 13d6 in the dice spot.
Yep.
Because I am not going to sit here and roll 13 d6s.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the dice spot? Dice spot, where are you at? There it is.
Thing, yeah.
No, that's the wrong channel. Is it in character chat? Yes, it is. Okay. All right.
Of course it's in
So
character chat.
13.
6.
D6 plus 4 because of my spell modifier. 48.
This large blast of electrical energy just rockets out of your hands towards this wall, shattering the ice and snow in a plume of smoke that turns into mist. And this large section of ship just comes tumbling down towards you. And Drax's now going to have to roll something for this.
Now it shouldn't come tumbling down towards us because lightning bolt has 100-foot range.
Yes. So as it's kind of like sliding down the hill towards you, because it dislocated the parapet it was sitting on, the ledge, Drac is going to, out of nowhere, bolt towards you like a blur of lightning.
He's angry.
And pull you off to the side as this avalanche of snow just fills the cargo bay. And he says, "What are you trying to do? Get us killed?"
Now he's currently on top of me, right?
Yes, and he like full on werewolf on top of you.
Your eyes are pretty.
Ah!
And he says, "Be careful! I'll eat you alive." As he gets off of you.
Throw it.
Thank you. Thank you.
As the
You're welcome.
section of the ship kind of slides closer towards where it came off the ship, but he says,
Now that it's on top of the snow and whatnot, you should be able to just simply push it closer.
He just gets up, crawls up the wall, and just kind of like takes out a welding tool in his belt and just kind of starts welding pieces together. He says, "Well, just stand there, do something useful. Maybe go help your
I
friend."
just did something useful.
Technically, yes.
And we're gonna cut back to the party.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Your eyes are pretty.
Your eyes are very pretty. Oh
This is what we have to deal with when Mags.
I love bringing the laughs. It's so much fun.
Yep.
Considering all the hijinks that you played in my Who game, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And they really liked you. That was the thing. They really liked you.
Yeah.
Yay! Maybe I'll make another surprise visit sometime in the future.
Not without me telling them first.
Yeah. Like,
And-
hey,
and-
like 7 months later. Hey, I want to bring Mag in again for a surprise visit. Here he is.
Well, if I decide to do that, then you'll be definitely a part of that particular, because I'll be running it at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you'll need to give me a something to work with, like some sort of character reference or something like that.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I will. The only reason why I didn't give you roles is that it would have, because you weren't with us. If I had
Throughout
you
the
at the beginning,
entire thing, so I wouldn't have
Yeah.
known the story.
that and the fact that you didn't know how to do any of the roles, so that was the reason why I had everybody else roll except for you. So
Alright.
Yeah,
don't
that's
worry about
fine.
that.
So, you guys are trudging through this cavern, well, like through the gates. Gates close behind you as the last truck pulls in. You guys are now inside the compound of the facility, but not the main facility itself. There are a lot
We're
more
just in the
guards around.
lobby.
No, it's like the courtyard, and there are a lot of like these chrysalis-like creatures just holding these blaster kind of like crystal spike things. They're just kind of like standing there at attention, waiting for, protecting the place. As a door opens up in front of you, and one of these large chrysalis beings steps out and says, "Squad B, I see, has finally arrived. We have
Yes,
much work to do.
yes,
bring your-
Squad B.
Bring your prisoners this way. I have a very important task for them to accomplish."
Ooh.
What kind of task do you want them to accomplish?
That is for me to know and you to find out when it is time. He steps aside. and says,
In other words, it's need to know.
Yes. Mhm. Yep. And he steps aside and
And,
lets you
and
pass.
I look over at Moogie, and or Aya looks over at Moogie. I'm afraid of this.
Don't worry about it. I have an idea.
Don't hurt anybody.
Oh, don't! I won't need to hurt anyone.
And
Well,
you walk
not
into-
yet, anyway.
You walk into the facility, and door closes behind you into like this little chamber, like elevator that goes down to the lower part of the facility that's built into the rock face.
Yeah.
And you're now. Door opens, and you guys are kind of like in this laboratory kind of thing where they're experimenting. on
Oh,
crosswalkers.
no.
Oh Lord, Aya's not gonna like this. Well, Lady Bear's not gonna like this.
Mhm.
Well, I have the.
Oh boy.
I have something for Alex if I need it, and I don't
Also-
want to need it.
Also, you see a large machine off to the side that has like a lot of like weird kind of glowing energy. And you see a 3D model or some kind of 3D object inside moving around very fast, but it looks like something segmented inside. This thing.
Okay, so
dome
so
structure.
what does it look like?
For you, it looks like a segmented 6, but it's spinning around like violently and kind of like, changing shapes constantly. But for a brief second, you see a segmented 6.
Oh, okay. So is that Aya looking at that, or is it Lady Mary looking at it?
Aya.
Who's looking? Oh, okay, so it's Aya.
Mhm.
Aya kind of. Oh. No. Leans back over to Moogie. I know what's in there.
What is it?
It's a segmenting 6. It's those things that Lady Mary keeps talking about that she needs to find for one of her friends.
One of the scientists interrupts you as they approach and says, Ah, more guinea pigs. Excellent.
Uh,
To it, Lady Murray just kind of stiffens.
Bring them here.
Who's he saying that to?
Lady, he's pointing to Aya because she's like the person in charge, and you guys are all shackled behind him. Her, sorry. And he walks down the line of prisoners and just looks at each one of you, and he says, "This one." He points to the wolf. This one would be
Uh-oh.
an excellent subject.
Alex just like, oh no. And like Alex good looks in a reflective surface and sees dark matter, and Dark was like, uh-oh. The crystal isn't here. Well, the crystal's like either invisible or just
Uh,
be summoned again.
Mookie is going to step between the scientist and Alex.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, Alex is the werewolf.
If I'm not mistaken, scientist, until the order is given by a superior above you, neither of them will be experiments for you, unless given directive otherwise. So unless you want me to tear out your entrails for overstepping your bounds, you'll back up.
He steps back just slightly, and then you hear a voice off in the distance say, "He has my authorization."
Who's
Uh-oh.
speaking? Who's speaking?
It is the chrysalis being that came down the elevator behind you. And I'm going to spend 3 threat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you don't. No.
What are you doing, Aya?
Dark matter may have to do something, and what's
Yeah,
his
the
thing?
Dark Matter may have to, but Aya may have Aya's the one okay.
Damn it, I don't have a card deck on me, because if I had a card deck, I can actually use Dark Matter's ability a lot more interesting than just saying what he does.
I gotta look that up. Give me a second. I've gotta look up something.
Fair enough. Alright.
She's going to do something. This is going to be. This is going to surprise everybody, including Lady Mary, who could do the same thing but without using a spell. Oh.
I'm interested to see what this is now.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Okay. There are doors and stuff in this mine,
Yes.
right?
It's not a mine, it's a lab now.
It's a lab.
Laboratory, yes. Lots of steel, chrome, and there's a long glass wall-to-wall, like kind of like thing that looks out over the ledge of the facility, down to the lava pit below. You see this large, like kind of like tube thing just going down past the window.
Let me just see what am I? Okay. She doesn't have to say anything because she has that particular ability.
What you gonna do?
She is going to cause all the doors in this lab. Are they open or closed?
They are in varying positions right now.
Okay.
Some close, some not.
All the closed ones will open. All the open ones will close with a
What
thunderous.
are you specifically targeting? Because there are a couple cages in here with a couple creatures.
Oh, all she's doing is opening. All she's targeting is like the doors that are openings for where we are right now. Not like the cages.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
All right.
The second thing is she's going to alter the appearance of her eyes.
Okay, what color?
Well, currently they are golden.
Golden. Okay.
Currently they're golden.
Yep.
She's going to change that to demon red.
Oh, fun.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's pulling a Moogie.
Yeah, she's pulling a Moogie, but she's doing it with a spell. And the last thing she's going to do is she's going to increase her voice. She's going to boom. Her voice is going to.
Okay.
Yeah. and all three of these things are going to happen simultaneously. Basically, no, the doors will happen first, and then the other two will happen.
And some of the scientists like look around and it's like kind of look around in shock, and they say, "Sir, we might have a security issue."
She's gonna look at the crystalline creature and say in this booming voice with her eyes red, "You will not touch them without my permission." This great
Damn.
big booming voice. She's also activating as a where is it?
Like a scene trait.
No, she can. I'm gonna dump 5 sorcery points.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 5 sorcery points.
Because
She's
she can do
doing
this.
something big.
She is going to also activate as a bonus action. As an action, her draconic presence.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Everybody in the area has to. Every hostile creature who's in her area has to roll a Wisdom saving throw to be charmed or frightened until the aura ends.
Okay. Stop that. Hold on, I need to roll that. And
This-
two of the guards at the door are charmed, and the
Okay.
Unfortunately the leader is not. He just looks
Okay.
at you and looks at you and kind of just spits at the floor.
Well, I knew one of them wasn't going to be able to do that, but the guards are charmed.
And he says, "Nice try." And he points to scientists and says, "Take them." And two of these scientists grab
Okay.
Alex and it starts bringing him towards this like
No,
Okay.
please.
segmented six
Uh-huh.
thing.
Wait.
Mhm.
Dark Matter is
Actually, 2, but I'll wait.
Dark Matter is not going to engage yet, but Dark Matter is still in his only Alex can see state.
Where is Dark Matter?
Dark Matter is up on like on a high place, and
Describe the high point.
I don't know what this place fully looks like. I imagine there's some shelves with like potions and not potions, but elixirs and other sciencey stuff. He's just kind of on those slowly falling along, but like you can't really full see him, but
Well, not everybody can see him.
Yeah.
Lady
unless
Mary
you can, unless you can fit.
Lady Mary can see him.
Let me
She's
just
not-
tease this
she's
guy.
not- Yeah, but she's not acknowledging his presence for a reason because he is trying to be cute and trying to hide at this point.
Like, Dark Matter walks up to where they're going, and he's going to
She
kind of
is. Yeah.
get ready.
She's going to have a very quiet conversation with Dark Matter.
Oh, what?
As
Yeah.
Alex is being continuously dragged towards this chamber, shoved in,
Yeah.
and the door closes behind him, and this like his
okay.
fist go up. That's
Wait,
all.
Dark Matter's with Alex, as I know.
Lady Berry, can you get him out of there?
You can see me.
I've always been able to see you. Oh my god, goddess.
Oh,
Yeah.
should have done.
Solution for this, but you're gonna like it.
Fusion
Okay,
process.
I can get him. I can get him out, but okay, I'm gonna have to reveal myself. Well, my first attack, they won't notice me, but once I finish my first attack, I will.
Then
No.
you'll be noticed. I understand that. Get him out.
Okay, then fine. I'm gonna have to borrow something my brother gave me. He says while pulling out a pack of cards.
What were you saying, Moogie?
Mugi is speaking to Aya.
Okay.
I think it's about time we show these little weaklings just how strong we are. You ready for our first time?
First time of what? You see fear on her face. Her eyes haven't changed yet because that lasts for a minute, but
Well,
Her
you're
eyes got
already
big as
partially
saucers.
in draconic form. Let's take it a step further.
I just love how I'm trying to do a cool thing. Mag now wants to try to do a cool thing. It's like it's really
Oh,
cool
this
things.
is something. This is something these guys are not prepared for.
Oh, you. Oh God. Okay.
I like how
Oh,
every.
gosh.
Can I just say, like, it's slight self consciousness of every time I plan to do something, Mag starts planning it, and he always gets ahead of me.
Dude, you're a
Well,
cool
it-
thing. This is happening outside of the chamber.
I
These are
know.
happening at the
Okay,
same
so-
time.
Okay,
Both
so
of these
what's
actions
happening?
are happening at the same time, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's happening with dark matter, which is a really cool thing,
Yeah.
is not happening to what we're doing. So you still have your cool thing.
Yeah, I'm just
we
my
got
self
our cool
conscious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
very
still have our cool thing.
Happening,
Okay.
you get to do it, and we'll do it the exact same time and blow their minds twice as hard.
Okay, I gotta figure out what card he's gonna pull because I actually have some gimmicks for the cards, but not every
And
card.
then I'm going to message Trish for the fate.
Okay. Okay. Lord, this is gonna be really fun.
Okay, basically, he pulls. He does two things. He pulls out.
I'm sure you remember this, Trish.
Basically, Dark Matter pulls out a Jester card, and then also the handle of a blade pops out of the mouth part of his mask, and he pulls a blade out, and he puts out this Jester card. And basically, what happens is it spins a little bit, and basically, what the Jester card does is it reverts all. Basically, it's an Uno reverse card.
At the same time.
Oh no!
Hang on.
What do you
No, you keep
reverse?
doing.
Keep doing your thing, dude. Alec, or
I'm thinking. The big thonk moment. Basically, the Jester card will take. What is this gas around the room?
Not gas. It's in the chamber in where Alex was thrown in.
Because I
It's-
can't
it's like a
remember
test
honestly.
It's like a giant test tube. Where, you know, like those scenes where like they do
Yeah.
the mutant things, stuff like that. But you don't know if it's mutant or stuff like that. But this like gas starts filling this like cylindrical chamber that Alex is in.
Basically, he pulls the Jester card that will. Basically, it's a Uno reverse. Like if someone attacks a Dark Matter
Oh, I
with the
know,
Jester
I
card.
know what you're talking about. It reverses the damage.
Yeah, and basically he's gonna do that to protect. Basically, the gas gets pulled away from Alex and gets pushed against the walls, pretty much, from the Jester card.
Fair enough. So the gas
And then he-
is
yeah.
going to continue to flood the wall surface area of the chamber, so you can no longer see Alex in there, and you just see like these talon hands just hit the glass. And it's just like trying to break out.
And then Dark Matter is gonna use a sword to break it open.
It shatters, and you hear an alarm go off. Warning, containment breach. Warning, containment.
And as Dark, basically when he throws the card and it goes against the glass ocean, the card just appears out of nowhere. And then when he attacks with his sword, the sword in his hand is revealed, and then slowly his whole body starts
One of the
getting revealed to
scientists
everyone.
operating on the console says, "What the? What?
I'm sorry to interrupt you on your little science project, but I'm sorry, but I cannot let you touch this fellow. He says, well, just
Guards.
forget it. It's like,
Caesar.
finally you show up.
The guards
Of
are
course they're
actually going
shocked.
to like just stand there, like point their weapons at them but not fire.
At this point, Lady Mary is going to Chaos Raids, I love it. Is going to get in front of the guards and go, "You will do no such thing." Just stand there.
Okay, I hope I have a. So that could I? Oh, how do I do this? Because her persuasion is high as hell, and my persuasion is low as shit.
Just
Yeah.
no. All you're doing is just do what I ask.
Okay, come on, please, good roll, please. Okay. That's a 19 total.
What are you
Okay.
trying to do?
It's something that he and I were talking about. Don't worry about it.
All right,
Don't worry, Aya. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna drop 6 threat. That's
Oh God.
and you see the segmented six in the tube just kind of slowly float out of the tube, the broken glass.
Okay, hang on,
Just
hang
float
on.
above them.
Yeah, I've got to roll. Yeah, I've got to roll
Continue.
perception for. Yeah, I've got to roll perception. So just give me a second for Lady Mary. 15. Does she see it?
Yeah, she definitely sees it because it's glowing and it's floating in the middle of the room and it's just like spinning like rapidly and kind of like shifting shapes and stuff like that.
She notices it and goes, "Oh crap! Everybody, move!" Because she knows what that.
Alex goes, "I'm on my way."
As you hear this loud energy and this loud hum, and there's a bright flash of light that just ricochets like an arc across the entire surface of the laboratory.
Yep.
Everything and anything that is in the way is going to get hit with this blast wave. I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. Okay. That's Mookie and Aya are doing something. So.
Aya, now take my hand.
Oh lord. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. You said a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, please.
Okay, older one got a 22 for his dex, and Alex got a 12.
Vess got a 13.
Lady Mary got a 10.
I also got a 13 for Moogie.
Lady Mary got a 10, you said?
Yeah, hang on, I've got to roll for Aya. And dexterity is not her strong suit.
It's not Moogie's either.
That's a 12.
You rolled one under me.
Huh?
You rolled
Oh,
1 point
yeah.
under me.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. She is also in that she's also grabbing for Moogie's hand. So.
Alright, so whoever rolled lower than a 12, you're gonna get
Okay.
hit with this blast wave.
Alex got a direct 12.
Direct 12? Okay, so you're not affected, but I will send you
Uh,
a message probably about something.
Lady Mary got a 10, so she gets hit.
Oh, Lady Mary hasn't seen this form yet because it's new.
No, but she knows what that thing is going to do, so she's not even paying attention to what you two are doing. What you and A are doing it right at the moment.
Aya, remember what me and Leilani used to do? It's your time and mine. Let's do this.
Sorry,
Oh,
What
well.
the hell?
push the wrong button.
Don't we all push the wrong button?
Well,
Alright, so
damn, I
Alex,
wasn't thinking that.
I'm gonna send you a direct message. Hold on.
When you're done with that, can you redo your camera thingy jigger so I can see everybody?
Sure, yeah. Hold on.
What?
Oh lord! It's between what Lady Mary's doing and what what Aya and Moogie are gonna do, and what Dark Matter just did. Oh my lord!
Yeah, this is gonna be a big mess, and I have a sneaking suspicion that when this all goes kaboom, Leilana's gonna hear it from a distance, like a rolling thunder.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what that sound was.
Hopefully she doesn't come investigating.
There we go. There you go, Gearbox.
She wouldn't know which way to look.
True.
So much is happening. Oh God.
There we go. All right. So, what's happening first?
Yes, I have to.
Um,
Wait, do I do the roll now or later?
I'll give you a cue, okay? So,
Okay.
Oh lord.
the blast wave, like, shatters glass, like, smoke and stuff fills the room. Sprinklers are
Does
going
this,
off.
does this do any damage to Lady Mary? Because she rolled low on
Yes.
well.
She also has an effect triggered to her.
You're gonna.
I need you to roll a d6 now.
Yeah. I can figure it
All right. So while that's happening,
okay, Kenny.
Yep. What'd you roll?
oh, ouchies, a 3.
You rolled a 3? Okay, so, you feel your body kind of like a weird energy's flowing through you, but it's
Yeah.
not a good energy, and you feel a sudden urge to punch something really hard.
I know who she's gonna punch.
Punch the scientist.
Ah. No, that's not who she. Yeah, well, she's actually close enough to the
So
side-
basically,
yeah.
out of
Yeah.
character knowledge, this is reverse C6 energy, so it's negative energy. It's been tampered with in some way.
I kind of figured. And Lady Mary knows this very well, and so she's going to be a reverse Cass. She's going to grab the first thing she sees. No. You said that she wants to punch somebody? Like
Punch
really bad?
somebody that is, basically, yeah, it's, stop, I was asking you, Siri. You want to punch, basically,
Anybody that I see?
anybody who is in range, yes. Whether that's
Who
an
is in
ally
range?
or a foe.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that. Who's within my range?
Right. Basically, there's the, two guards.
Uh-huh.
There's
Who's been
Mugi.
charged by Aya?
Yes, there's Mugi,
Okay.
who's next to you.
Well,
Okay.
Mugi and Aya are currently locked hands, fixing to do something.
So they're doing something.
Yep, they're
Um,
doing something.
I believe Dr. Fest was like 2 feet away from you.
Okay.
He was part of the prisoner, so he could have easily been that close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's the crystalline creature who's now kind of like stepped back, but he's still within attack range.
She's going to go after the crystalline creature.
Okay.
That is who she's going to punch.
Alright.
She has enough control of her emotions to
Control the flow of attack.
exactly. It's like we're thinking along the same lines.
I hate your mother-in-law. Bam!
Just like go to your room, smack.
So is this a full-on punch, or can she pull out her rapier?
Full on punch.
Full-on punch. Okay.
Like blunt force trauma to the skull.
Well,
This
I
is a
mean, she
crystalline
isn't-
creature, you don't know how strong it is, so
She is a goddess,
yes.
so this is going to go well. Is she going first, or who's going first? I don't want to take.
You're going first because you guys have initiative. You should start the combat.
Okay.
Initiative.
Yeah, we kind of did.
I'm gonna hide in
Yeah,
my.
I rolled a 7, and all that is 7 plus 4.
Yep.
And it is an 11. I don't think that hits the crystalline creature.
No, your punch goes wide as it just like shimmers and just re-materializes next to your like arm as you're like this,
Uh-huh.
and then it says, "Nice try." I also have some tricks up my sleeve. He's going to grab your arm.
Oh, he goes next?
Yes. Because he rolled a 18 for his initiative.
We were supposed to roll initiative?
Well, no, I'm just doing that for, like, because I rolled 3d20, and that determines the order of, like, the order of the enemies. So, yeah. It doesn't matter, you guys all go as a group, but I'm rolling for the number of, like, which order the enemies started.
Okay.
So he's gonna grab your arm, and, so that's a grapple check.
Yes, that's an opposed grapple check.
Yes.
So while they're locked in combat, I kind of want to get the thing with Aya going.
Would you mind telling our DM again exactly what madness we're doing?
Yeah.
Fusion.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like, okay, shit, this is gonna hurt me a lot. He just leans back.
No,
So-
I knew you were gonna do it, but, I have a plan.
Oh, of course
So-
you do.
Yeah.
Moogie pulls Aya close,
Yes.
and well, there's a loud boom. The
Loud
whole
sonic
room
boom.
shakes,
Whole room shakes, yep.
and out of the mist and dust,
So the glass
this big bitch
on
appears.
the glass surrounding the walls to the exterior
Ooh.
shatter, and a massive wave of heat from the lava below just pours into the room.
Okay.
And then
fair.
out of the mist and dirt and dust in the air, this big bitch shows up.
Ooh.
Big. Oh my god. Neat.
Let me just copy that.
You just hear Dark Matter go. Oh. Well, that's pretty neat.
Hey, but where are you putting that?
In character chat.
Okay. Oh, yep.
Also, I've mostly figured out all of Dark Matter's cards, and he mostly has 5 of each. But the ace only has 1. He only has 1 ace per day.
Okay. All right.
Now, who all notices this?
Who
That's-
doesn't notice it?
Yeah,
Dude.
that's the thing. Who doesn't notice this? Have we actually grown in size? That
Yes.
the picture is kind of.
Yes, you are the same size as when Moogie and Leilana were fused. You are literally a dragon, queen goddess-looking thing, flapping your wings and floating in the air.
Dark Matter is gonna do something to make this even worse for the DM.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
He's gonna pull out the king card. What does the king card do? It's a boosting card that gives you like a +2 on all rolls.
Oh, thank you.
He pulls it out of nowhere and just throws the king card at you guys, and it just as soon as it hits you, you absorb it pretty much.
Oh wow!
Thank you.
And a cool little crown floats above your head now.
Now
Ooh.
this fusion does not have a character sheet, so I will be pulling from my demigod character
fine.
sheet and
You're fine.
your Aya demigod character sheet.
That you're fine.
I'm not sure if a +2 or a +4 would be better. I don't know.
There we go for our audience who want to see what that form looks like. That is the form of Ruby and Leilana now. I mean, Ruby
No,
and
Yeah.
What do you guys think? +4 or a +2?
+2 is fine.
Okay,
That-
that
way it's fair.
You got the kingly boost. It's like
Yes.
Dark Matter's like, you're welcome in advance.
Alright.
And Lady Mary kind of peeks around this crystalline creature and goes. He gives you the thumbs up.
Alright.
Okay, so the crystalline creature is next.
Yes. What did you get for your grapple?
Well, is that athletics or is that acrobatics? Which one?
It's athletics. So your-
Athletics. That is a 16.
Alright. It attempts to grab your arm, but you pull it back, and it grabs just air. And it says, very well, we'll play it that way. As he looks up
Yes.
at the giant demon just towering over him. The entire superstructure of this building is just collapsed now. And you just see this massive demon creature just standing there. with the rest of the party.
I wouldn't mess with them.
With a floating crown above, of course.
He
Because
says,
boost.
says, unfortunately, I have other plans. And and you see like his chest slowly open. You see like this like little crystal kind of like glowing, this silver crystal.
What
It
color?
slowly closes. And he says, I have what I came for.
Oh no, you didn't.
She's gonna shimmer.
She's gonna grab. She's
I'm
gonna
dro-
grab.
I'm dropping
She's gonna grab.
my remaining threat.
No, you're not.
6.
No, you're not.
The
you're not.
giant dragoness thing holds a hand out. This madness ends now! And she's going to blast him with pure radiant damage.
I'm actually realizing I'm not going to pull the ace card yet. The ace card is the most strongest card I have, and that's why I only have one.
Yeah.
So,
Hang on a second.
what-
Hang on a second.
What's the strongest radiant spell a mortal could wield without being a god? Actually, no, technically, this would be a god because we're both demigods fused, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mash!
Okay, so could you pull up your demigod sheet for me, please?
I don't know where it is.
Demigod
Honestly.
Moogie.
Should, I'm pulling up my sheet now.
Oh, where is my demigod?
D&D
Oh.
Beyond.
Come on, load,
Well,
please.
I mean,
Load, please.
I have Aya pulled up right now. Is that her demigod form?
Yes.
Does it say demigod Aya, or is it like
No,
a...
yeah, I just changed it to level 18 because that's what
Oh,
Kitty said.
okay, perfect. Okay, so what is your... What would be for sheer radiant damage? What is your stat thing on that?
She doesn't have radiant damage. She's a sorceress, not a.
Yeah, I know, but for the demigod part, since we're technically both a god right now.
I do not have that on here. She's a sorceress.
Alright, so
Okay.
what I'm gonna have you do is, guys, whatever this, what is your, what kind of spells do you have, Aya?
Hang on a second.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine, like, the total
Her,
damage.
well, I mean, she has. She could throw a mean, fireball.
Take the total damage of your fireball and combine
At
it
the-
with
at-
this radiant damage.
Are we taking the fireball?
Okay, I'll roll.
Hang on,
I'll roll.
hang on.
Pause.
Hang on. Are we taking the fireball at its highest level?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 9.
And then I will roll Arcana, which is a +7 on Moogie, because he has a +7 Arcana, and then the +2 from the crown, that'll be a total of +9.
Correct.
Okay.
So we'll add that to that, and that will be the total radiant fireball damage mix, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Evil
Okay,
tackling.
The thing is that he's going to have to roll a dexterity
Okay,
of 19.
so 14 plus 9, that's...
No, he's
14.
going to have to roll a
Yeah,
dexterity
the
of
enemy,
19.
The enemy.
Yeah, but this is for the radiant spell damage thing that I'm rolling here.
Okay.
So- 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 20, wait, hold on. I miscounted somewhere. So it's 14 plus 9. 9 and 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13. Drop the 3, carry the 1. So 24 total.
Uh-huh.
So 24 plus your fireball.
I'm rolling that up right now. Plus 24?
Yeah, plus 24 on your fireball. At its max level, which you currently have it at.
Yep. Oh, shit. Okay. By the way, what did he roll for his dexterity?
He rolled a 22.
He still takes half of this.
Yes.
He takes half of 72.
Half of 70.
What is half of 72?
40 something. I believe.
Hang on.
Do some math.
I'm doing some math. 36.
Does that knock him out of his shimmer?
Yes, he is now locked in this plane of existence. He cannot leave.
Ooh.
Yo, frick!
The giant dragon goddess thing is gonna reach down and grab him and start slowly crushing him. So I'm gonna roll Mugi's demigod Mugi's strength.
You get a +1 added to that because she has a +1.
Then here's the +2 from the king. Reboot.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a +3 overall from Maya.
Imagine all your like attacks are now have like a golden shing to it.
So that's
Kind of what I'm imagining.
9. You said how much was it?
Aya has a +1, and then you add a +2 from the crown, so that's a total of +3.
So that's 5, and then I have a strength thing of 8, and then I have a +2 in my strength. So 5 and 8 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow, that's a terrible roll.
Alright, so total 15.
Total of 15 for a grapple crush.
He is going to resist, and he's going to, as you're crushing him, you sense that something's not right. Anyone who is in the vicinity needs to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Okay, what is Aya's Constitution saving throw?
A +8.
Oh, mine's a +8 too, so +16 for the thing.
And Lady Mary is a +5, so I have to roll for her.
That is a 19 plus 16.
Nice.
Alright,
That's rolled an
Was that a
actual 1,
disadvantage?
so it is
Wait,
not
was that-
necessary.
Was that a disadvantage?
Oh, hold on, I have to roll twice. I'm
these
sorry.
are at disadvantage.
Okay, well, the disadvantage roll is a 17 plus 16.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
19 was the first one, 17 was the second one.
Okay,
That's a
so
good roll.
Lady Mary, both of her rolls was a 6,
Ouch!
So
so
Ouch!
that's an 11. Yeah, that's an 11. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
So anyone who
Don't worry
rolled under a 16 has an overwhelming fear that just consumes them, and you feel like everything you know,
Oldwin, no!
everything you know is dying. Like even
Oh,
in your
no.
own timeline, like your timeline is being erased right now.
Oh, geez.
Lady Mary,
That's the fear.
well, Lady Mary doesn't exactly exhibit that fear because.
Well, yeah, of course, but like
Alex and Oldwin just have a mental
Alex
breakdown.
and Oldwin, yes. And Fused, Aya, and Moogie.
Vess. And Vess.
and
Yeah.
Vess.
I failed it, so.
And Dark
Oh,
Matter's
Lord.
just like, what's with you guys? Oh yeah, wait. I forgot, I don't exist in this dimensional plane, so I don't care about any of these effects.
Lady Mary is going to walk up to this. Are you? Is Moogie?
Louis is still holding him.
Well, Mugi and Aya.
Hey,
Fusion.
Yeah. Walks up to the crystalline creature. Give that back. Now.
You want it, you're gonna have to rip it out of my cold, dead heart.
I would rather do it alive. She's gonna like flare her claws, which are like, razor sharp, by the way.
By the way, what's happening with Alex?
Oh,
And-
pause,
and-
Alex,
and-
I want
and-
you to roll a d6 for me.
pause. I gotta take my dogs out real quick to go potty. I'll be right back.
Alex,
Okay.
roll your 1d6. What do you mean you don't want to? What do you mean you didn't bring your dice today, Alex? I'll roll a 3.
A 3. You are you are now on fire. And for some
Oh.
reason, you cannot put out yourself.
Just like, I'm having a pet. Am I on fire? Dark Matter. Yes, yes you are. Ah!
Oh boy.
Scream.
Give me a second, because Lady Mary. Remember, but Lady Mary is a cleric.
Yep.
up to a certain level.
I'm blind.
Up to level 5, and then she has 1 and 6, and then level 7. I have to go to the actual place that I pulled this from. I'm trying to remember what website I went to. For her.
Alright, meanwhile, while that's happening, Alex, you're gonna take 11 burn damage.
11, you say?
Yes.
11? Yes.
Ah, yes.
Ow! He's like, fire! Dark Manor. Oh shit. Scrambles for something. I don't have water on me. What do I have? Cards.
Absolutely no
Cards.
idea. Just.
Cards. Why do I have so many cards? He says, "Well, freaking like, got too many cards."
Okay.
Lord, okay.
So what's going on?
I am trying to look up something for Lady Mary. I can't remember.
Okay, so, am I about to tear the thing out of his chest?
We'll see.
Yes, we'll see.
Hmm.
No, it's not. That's not that. Okay. It is not that. That is not what I'm looking for.
See, I don't need Leilana's character sheet right now because she's back at the ship.
That's true. She is.
Now, here's a question. Would Leilana feel this fusion happen, or is she completely disconnected?
She's disconnected, but you do feel there's a loud rumbling underneath the surface of the ship.
Oh my, I wonder what that could have been.
And Freddy rounds the corner and says, "Seismic readings are off the charts. The planet's about to explode."
Well, I hope whatever's going on, the rest of the party can fix it.
Freddy's just running around like panicking, like a little panic robot. So we don't have to
Oh, Freddy, calm down, you silly bot. Calm down, it's alright.
He's like flying around. He's like, "We're all gonna die."
I love it. We're all gonna die!
Ah!
I know I have it saved somewhere. When I originally did this, I can't find it.
Fair enough.
Hug!
Okay, what are you wanting to do is the question.
I have a whole bunch of things that Lady Mary can do, but it's part of a class, and I'm trying to find where I dump the class. If that makes any sense.
Is there a folder on your desktop that has
No,
it?
it was a shortcut to a
Oh.
yeah. It was a shortcut.
Ah.
And I'm trying to find said shortcut, and it's kind of difficult because I can't remember where I put it, or if I got rid of it. Because if I got rid of it, then I'm in deep shit.
I don't think something pertaining to Lady Mary you're going to get rid of because she's like your iconic character.
Yeah, well, I don't play her all that often.
True.
Not as an actual character.
Right back.
All right.
Alright.
You guys go on. Let me see if I can find this because this is really pissing me off because I can't find the stupid thing.
Alright. So
I'm looking at all my cards pretty much that Dark Matter has. I'm thinking, but yeah.
So this, while this is all happening, and you're kind of like trying to rip this crystal out from the
Yeah.
belly of this creature, the creature's gonna shift form, grow larger, much larger than your
Yeah.
hand can hold it, and it's gonna turn into basically this.
This is what?
Ooh.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, Dark Matter, you better pull out one of those stronger cards.
And it looks down at you with its like eyes, and it says, "This is my true form, and now
Damn.
you shall be destroyed."
Okay.
Oh no, you're not.
Okay, my options here as Dark Matter right now is either I can pull out the Queen card that's my command cards, or the Ace that is literally a trump card that will literally just it's broken. That's why I only have one of these. And it
Okay.
takes and I may say it may take 2 days, no, just 1 day, like one in-game day for it to be regained, or maybe 2 days, who knows, depending how powerful it is, but
And this creature's gonna reach down, pick up the cylinder with this remaining C6 energy, and it's just going to eat it.
okay,
Like-
before he can do that, I'm gonna pull out the Queen card. Dark Matter is gonna. Basically, what it is, it's imagine the threat levels of Leilana, but like 10
Yeah.
Leilanas, all threatening you at once. That's what the Queen card is. Of course,
Okay.
it's the Queen card. All it lets me do is let out one commanding thing by it, and it will pretty much work. And I'm just going to say, Dark Matter's gonna point the card at him and go, drop it! As everything is gonna be very threatening for that person I'm targeting, of course.
Alright, so he's going to roll to resist.
Okay, I am back. What happened?
Dark Matter just pulled out a card that lets him threat people like the force of like 10 Leilanas threatening you at once.
Alright, I need you to roll 2d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay, 2d20. I can do that.
I need the individual numbers.
Okay,
Damn it! I know I found.
a 17 and a 7. That makes it 24 in total, of course.
Alright, so, he looks intimidated for a second, and then he says, "Unfortunately, that does not work on me." And what
Now
he's
he's-
gonna do is he's going to...
I'm not as good as my brother with these cards. Okay? Oh, my voice is slipping. Anyways.
He's going to take his hand with his free hand. He's going to reach down, and he's going to grab some of the innocent children that are in the.
Now hold on, he's still in our grasp, isn't he?
No, if you
No,
look,
he's big.
He's like 40 times your size now. He's like the size of the cavern. If you look at it,
How did he get that big?
he channeled some of his essence from the time crystal, and that's his true form now.
I'm going to use the ace card if we don't do something.
He's reaching down to grab these children, and he's going to pick them up, and he's going to toss them into the lava.
No, okay, ace card now. I'm not letting him do that.
What's your ace card?
Dark Matter's gonna pull up the ace card and throw it down on the ground, and as soon as he does, the earth literally quakes and breaks under the card's extreme energy. And now, time for the ace card's ability. What is it? Basically, it's a very powerful thing that can make something happen. I don't know what it does. All I know is it lets me do one very powerful action that can't not be stopped. And that's why it's going to take so long to regain. AKA, it's probably going to take 2 in-game days for me to get this damn card back. And that's why I only have 1. So I'm going to throw it down. It's going to quake, and I'm going to make this dude... Okay, I have like a few options, because I'm going to limit myself to only one very powerful action that cannot be interrupted. So, either I could turn him into a small boy so he can't pick up the children, or I completely kill him instantly. But we're not gonna do that. It's unfair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's too overpowered.
Let's just shrink him. So, ace card, go.
He's gonna
Basically,
shrink
yeah.
down, and the children are now falling to their death.
no. I did it before I did before he picked them up, or at least when he was picking them
Okay,
up.
when they pick him up, so they're still gonna be dropping from like 30 feet in the air.
Wait, that doesn't make.
'Cause you're shrinking him, so his hand's not as big anymore.
No, I mean
Okay.
like I was trying to do it before he was grabbing them, or at least right. Like
Okay.
basically, he didn't pick them very far up.
It's okay. The fusion can swoop in and grab them.
Okay.
Vest could do something about it too.
Okay.
And
Okay, let me see here.
this creature is going to run towards the. Well, as he's shrinking, he's going to run to like this, like back up and kind of like backpedal onto a platform
Mhm.
that you guys didn't see was there, and you see the drill thing that was apparently drilling to the core of the planet stop, and the cable just lets go and drops into the water.
Mhm.
I mean, into the lava. He says, "It is done."
Damn it. Well, like I imagine when Dark Matter threw the card down, he did say enough as he did it.
And you just hear alarms flaring up, like through all this chaos, and says, "Warning, core unstable. Warning, core unstable.
Okay.
C6 energy unstable."
Damn it! I cannot find where I put that. I must have gotten rid of it because I. Damn it!
Dark
Wish I
Matter
still
goes.
had it.
Dark Matter's like, I should have saved the damn ace card. Damn it! Why did I do that? And
Cataclysmic destruction imminent.
Well,
just
yeah.
like this is not good.
There's a pathway to the core, right?
Yes, there is. To the planet's core. Basically, he's causing the planet to cave in on itself at this very moment.
This is not what we wanted.
No, it's not.
Dark Matter goes, damn it, son of a. Alex. Oh, I'm on fire! Like I appear to burst into flames. What? Unless the fire's done now.
All right.
No, he's still on fire.
Here comes the fun part.
This is the fun part.
The fusion is going to swoop down the tunnel to the core of the planet.
Okay.
Alright.
And-
Is, pretty unbearable, but I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw to resist the shearing temperatures that are colliding with your body as you're diving into lava. And remember, you are dead, so
Well, I mean, we're like a god right now, aren't we?
yes. So but you're still going to take some damage from this.
Let me pull up my sheet again.
And
So that's gonna be a plus 16 because Aya's Constitution saving throw is a plus 8.
Yep.
Really?
what you got?
Oh, hold on. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It's 16 plus 3, so that's 17, 18, 19. I'm dumb. I read it wrong.
19 total.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
You needed to get unfortunately, you need to get a 21 to beat that, so you're only going to take half this damage as a result. The threshold was only 15, but you did meet the max threshold to avoid damage, so you're going to take 25 points of damage.
Oh, that's fine. I can handle that.
As you plunge deeper into the core, and you see like this segment of 6 just kind of like racing in front of you towards the core of the planet, and it is out of control energy.
How
Okay.
close are we to the out of control energy?
You can reach out and almost touch it at this point, but I will say this much: this energy is very unstable, and you will not be able to contain it
Well, they won't be able to contain it.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Where is this unstable energy?
It's racing toward the core of the planet.
Very center
Oh.
of the planet.
Oh, no. Lady Mary sees this. Actually, no. She has a hold of the guy has shrunk, right?
Yes.
To what size?
Large size. So he's not medium size, he's a large.
Well, she still wants that crystal.
Yeah.
Okay. She is going to damn it, I really wish I hadn't gotten rid of the thing that I got.
It's okay.
Well,
I mean,
it
things
sucks.
happen. Yeah.
Well, it sucks because I do not have it. That's
Yeah.
my problem.
Alright.
I mean, I have the stuff written down, but I cannot tell you where I got it from.
That's fair.
So what are you guys trying to do?
I'm trying to find something that I was using, and I cannot find it because for some reason I got rid of it as soon as I stopped playing Lady Mary as an actual character.
So the
which was
planet.
an idiot thing.
Oof. So the
It's
planet.
okay. Accidents happen.
Yeah.
We all make silly mistakes, but the
I'm
planet's
trying to
breaking
remember-
down, isn't it?
I'm trying to remember if it was a class or a race or something. I cannot remember. This is my problem.
But Kenny, so what's happening to the planet? It's like it's exploding. Okay. Dark matter actually has an actual ability that is within his own body. It won't fix the situation, but it'll help us find the answer. Is there anything we can say? Basically, I'm gonna explain. Basically, what it is basically when he thinks about a certain goal, he'll get vision. Basically, he'll get guided to the right thing. Like, if he wants to get a ship for free, he can think about that goal, and then he'll be shown the right amount of steps to do it.
Future sight.
It's pretty much future sight, but focused on a very specific goal that he wants.
Alright.
Hey, Trish, go back
Yes?
through Lady Mary's original character sheet that you made.
I have her original character sheet sitting right here in front of me.
I mean, do you have an online version?
No, I do not have an online version.
Damn.
Mm.
I wrote it out, and then I had the thing that I was using to read off of as a thing, and I must have gotten rid of it because I cannot find it. This is what's bothering the ever f out of me because I got rid of it.
But yeah, that's what Dark Matter's gonna do.
Alright.
And I know there's already one option that's pretty apparent, and that is go back to where Alex came from. Find the priest, the person within that world, pretty much, that is almost godlike. Talk him into coming back here and fixing it.
Alright.
But that would make him that would make Priest, the guy he would need to get, very sleepy and probably go to sleep, and make millions of other people undefended, but it'll fix us. It's a very out of the way thing. He would need to quickly go back and do that.
True, but that's gonna take 4 turns to do, so.
Well, yeah. He needs it. Anyways, Priest
God.
constantly keeps moving around, so it would be hard to find him anyways.
Exactly.
So that's the one option he has that he could probably see the path to. But it's really up to you any other paths he can see, because there's probably more than one. Well, that's up to you. You're trying to think desperately. Like, gimmicks!
As
Ooh, an idea just hit me in the head.
stone, rock, and debris are falling all around you guys.
So there's no other paths but that one path to fix this.
Not sure.
You're not sure. Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know how your character thinks it's your character. So.
Well, no, basically, all he's thinking about is wanting to fix the situation, fix the planet keep it from crumbling. And how his ability works is it's going to show him different paths to do it, different steps to get to it.
All right, so there's another
Doesn't-
path that is coming clear that I will give you. It's not going to be easy and it's not going to be very nice, but it requires a sacrifice of some kind, a player sacrifice.
Well, it depends on what kind of player sacrifice you're talking about.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, and I
Is going to have to sacrifice themselves.
Like throw themselves into it.
Okay.
So, yeah, because right now,
So all he gets is just one of like the step visions is just jumping into the lava pretty much.
yeah. Is this
Like it doesn't tell him
I
who.
actually have one idea that could work alongside this. So
Okay.
When was the last time we actually played with Lady Mary?
I think it was like last game.
No. That's not what I'm saying. When she was an actual physical character.
I think when I first jumped in.
Yeah.
Which was when?
I don't remember.
Ugh! Was that October? Was that September? When did you actually come
Yeah.
in?
Not good.
when he first came in as from teleporting in from that one world, that was during the the floating city crisis.
No,
Yes.
like
But when was that?
I remember Lady Mary was like in the sci-fi thing when I first actually got in his old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, but Lady Mary didn't become an official character in the game until we had the crisis in the floating
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Okay,
remember
so was-
what game date that was. That was during season 6, and we're in season 7, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, see, when did season 6 end? What date did it end?
I'm actually looking that up.
Because if you go to when it ended and backtrack a few months,
Well, I'm actually looking at it right now. Season 6 started in May.
okay, what month did it start? Because Alex didn't come in
Yeah,
until
I
2
said it
months
started
in.
in May.
Okay, so so he came in July. So that should have been when the
July?
Mm-hmm.
well, he came in 2 months after season 6 started.
Yeah.
That was when Alex first appeared from the other world, the Steam world. So July would have been when Lady Mary became a character set in the
Okay.
game itself.
Okay, hang on.
Now,
All right.
I don't
You-
remember
you-
what
you-
Monday it was. Or not Monday, Saturday.
Saturday. That was when we were going into the catacombs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure it was July?
I believe it was because
Because, well, now, okay, there's. When did you write the,
The recap or something.
yeah, you have the recap for episode 4, on the 27th.
Yeah.
So, the 27th was a Monday. Oh, no.
Yeah. So that was posted on the 27th. So it would have been the 26th that it was aired, or the 25th.
No.
25th.
No.
Just remember, I post these like a couple days.
Yeah,
after.
I know. Just.
Sorry, I'm trying to help.
okay, let's see. So
I've got it. It's just I've got to go way back. My computer is. You guys keep going. I will find this.
Okay.
Just my
When
I'm
we
trying to
get
find.
some water or something, feel free. Go to commercial break if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we want to do?
Okay.
Just keep going. Just
Okay.
keep going.
Yeah, you keep going with the game. I think let's see. Season 6, Episode 5, 8/14/2020 was Chaos in the Clockwork Catacombs.
Yeah. That's.
So should we just continue then?
Yes.
Yeah, we're continuing, but so I believe
Damn it!
Dark Matter is
We only-
looking at his two very simple paths. Each come with a cost. One of time, another one of actual life. And the thing is, as he looks at the one of the life, he gets slight flashbacks to some lore. Ooh, we're not gonna talk about it though. He kind of flinches a little bit thinking about it. Ugh. I can't do that one. No. Why is there only two paths? You mean? Wait. It's got a bit. Just like I do imagine, because you said the one path I can see, I imagine there is like a third secret path.
There might be.
There's probably one. I kind of do think of one, and it involves gods, but it could either mean the gods that Alex and Dark Matter come from, or the gods that are here already. There's like
here's
two
the
different
thing-
options.
Here's the thing. Remember, you guys
Mhm.
have a blessing. Each of you
Oh,
have
yeah.
a blessing from one of your gods, so I will let that be a third path.
Ultman hasn't used his yet. Well, Dark Matter doesn't have access to that inherently, but he does get the vision of he could ask.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know if that one's harder or easier. It's not very. It's
Okay.
the least clear one.
I remember it being a demigod as a class. The problem is that the page that I was using that for must have gotten rid of it.
Oof.
Okay, here's another idea, and I don't know if you thought of this, Trish, but
Eh,
remember, Lady Mary was given back her authority to interfere,
but yeah, I know.
so you could make use of that if necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is
So-
very true.
And if you've lost one thing, you have the other thing that you can rely on, should it become necessary.
That is very true. Okay. All right. So I'll think about that for a second.
And anyway-
All right. So what
Yeah.
she's going to do
Mhm.
is she doesn't want to do this, but she's going to. She is going to take the guy.
Yep.
Grab a hold of him with strength that he does not believe that she has.
Roll me a strength check. Just a flat d20 strength check.
Well, here's the thing, guys.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Her normal strength is an 18.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
She's not accessing that particular
Oh.
bit of
okay.
her.
She's going into her god strength, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is a hell of a whole lot stronger than the 18 that's written on there.
All right.
Which wouldn't have made that much difference because that was a 16 and 16 plus 4 is a 20. But you know.
Okay.
She's gonna grab him.
No.
And she's going to fly. She's gonna race up and she's gonna go straight into the center of the Earth, planet.
Okay. So, you're. racing
She's
towards
wanting him
this.
to blink first. She's wanting him to blink first. She is playing chicken with him.
He's like screaming in agony, like, no, this is not how it's supposed to happen.
Mhm.
And,
Give me that crystal.
You see parts of his body kind of like shearing off as like he's like getting closer and closer to the C6 energy and this core of the planet.
Yep.
But you still see the big dragon thing flying towards the core.
Yep.
And I look at the big dragon thing and wave it off.
I imagine as players get closer to the lava, the core, I imagine like, because I kind of imagine these paths also like as like little circles as like the visions he has, but lines between them, like and those like lines are slowly filling as those possibilities are more and more close to each orb, aka each vision. So as people get close to it, just like the line gets slowly closer to the sacrifice.
Yep.
Wait, who's doing that? My character.
And,
In the mind space of Moogie and Aya in their fusion. Alright, Aya. I know you've got friends in high places. Call that one. Get her here.
Now
This
the
is
god
a-
one's going, I think.
Stop.
Oh, I found it. It was on a completely different website.
Yay! Found it! Yay!
Dun, 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 dun.
I just went to another. Yep. Okay. I feel absolutely stupid.
It's fine. We all make
Pickles.
mistakes.
It wasn't onion.
Yep. Here it is. Okay, I feel stupid.
Alright.
'Cause I just-
Pickles and onions don't go together, I don't think.
Okay. Never mind. What she was planning on doing was something that wouldn't have worked. Don't worry about it. Okay, I do need to put that somewhere so that I can find it again because yes, we're going to be playing this. By the way, yeah, she is she waves.
As
Yeah, she waves.
both of
She
your
waves.
into the core, one of
Uh-huh.
them breaking away.
Give me that crystal.
His body's kind of like shearing off and like bits and pieces of him are flying, and now you're just holding the crystal, but you've now made almost contact with the center of the core of the planet.
Well, she knows that.
Yep.
And she's good. She's accessing her as Max so elegantly put it, her
Godly authority.
godly powers. Let's say that.
Alright.
She's got a hold of the crystal. She is also reaching for the C6 energy, wherever it is.
It's
The
in front
moment.
of you. Like,
It's in front of me. Okay.
yeah, you're kind of like tucking the crystal under like a football player, just reaching out like that.
Yeah.
In this like
She's grabbing-
lava.
Well,
Wait,
is
not
it
lava.
below her or above her?
It's like below her.
Okay, she's this way.
Yeah, reaching down.
Okay.
Yeah.
She grabs a hold of the C6 energy. She knows what's going to happen when she grabs a hold of this.
There's a bright flash of light that's blinding,
Mhm.
and this like almost like heat wave of energy just like rises up from the core of the planet as this energy is gonna surge throughout the planet.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, on the surface, Leilana, Freddy Rod is panicking at its maximum level. Even Drac is looking a little shaken as the ground is shaking violently. He says, at this point in the story, like, you spent a good, like, maybe 5 hours fixing the ship, so it is flight worthy, but it's barely, like, it's basically put together with duct tape and a bunch of nails. So you can get it off the ground, but and get it into orbit, but it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be nice getting it out of there. It's going to be hard, to say the least. But this planet is, even though you managed to activate this energy and stuff like that, this planet is still going to cave in on itself.
Damn it. So, so there's 3
Okay.
paths are still open. Damn.
Well, yeah, that part of what she's doing after she's grabbed
Well,
both
I'll
of
say
these.
this much: the planet's
Mm.
not going to cave in on itself entirely, but it's going to change the course of the history of this planet.
Wait, she knows that.
Yeah.
She knew that when she jumped in. It's just
Yeah.
like
That's out of character knowledge, yes, but
Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Aya Moogie. Aya kind of looks at in the mind space. Kind of looks at Moogie. And goes, I think we need to go. Gather up our friends. Let's get to the ship.
Good idea.
The energy is now chasing behind you as you're like.
She-
rocketing
we've
towards the
gathered up-
surface.
We've gathered up all of our friends, including the scientists.
Scientists? Why scientists?
The guards,
Yep.
and basically anybody that we can grab at this point. Because
Anyone that's friendly enough. Let's get going.
Yep.
Children.
And since
Yeah.
there's a gaping hole in the ceiling, we ain't gonna.
As you like, so I'm gonna do a kind of an interesting scene. You guys leap out of the lava pool onto the surface of this precipice, and they say, like it's this giant creature, and you just say, "We need to go," like in this deep guttural voice.
You're leaving now.
Owie.
Well, it's kind of guttural, but yet feminine because
Casually, Alex. Finally, I've been dragged through snow, so I'm not on fire anymore. What do you mean a piece of me still on fire? He says while his tail's on fire.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's on fire right now.
This big dragon lady scoops you all up in her arm.
and Aya it just kind of inside the mind space goes, "Where's Lady Mary?"
Let her deal with this. I know what she's doing.
Dark
What
matter.
is she doing? She's sacrificing herself.
Oh, it's not that simple.
Dark
That's
matter
simple.
goes.
Oh,
Damn it! The
God.
one time I want to be nice.
Remember, she's still a goddess after all. Let's let her deal with it.
Meanwhile,
Dark
in the mind's not in the mind space, but in Dark Matter's vision, you see that one orb. The lines are slowly converging to that one last orb,
Which one?
the sacrifice one.
Whoa. The dark matter just goes. Okay. Hey, someone is sacrificing themselves. I think.
Meanwhile, all the cages are being unlocked and like people are being piled into like on the back of the
Yep.
creature,
Yeah.
and the lava is
Yep.
slowly rising.
We gotta go faster. Oh,
faster,
with the
faster,
fence.
faster!
Lots of-
Everyone, hold on.
There's a loud
I don't think-
eruption as the lava like envelops you like underneath you and propels you towards the surface through this like large core hole, like a little hole that's kind of like dug into the surface, crashing through the surface, and you just see the ship just kind of like perched on this like little like precipice as you're just rocketing through the air. You land kind of, and I'll let you guys do a 3-point landing as your giant creature.
Oh.
Well, there's no landing. It's giant wings. So they're kind of hovering in front of the ship.
Mhm.
And
How does Drac react to this?
Drax just like looking through the ship's view screen and says, "Oh my!" And, like you get like if a werewolf could like have its jaw hit the floor, it is hitting the floor.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's what Moogie was talking about the last time I spoke to him about a mysterious surprise. I'm impressed.
Drax is like flipping levers and switches and stuff that controls, and he says, "We don't have much time. The planet's about to cave in on itself."
Alex, like, let's get going, and Dark Matter's like, let's go.
In the mind space, Aya looks at Mookie. I think we better, defuse and get onto the ship because we're not gonna be able to.
Defuse at this height? While I would survive the drop, you could float.
As you guys are in the mind space, all of a sudden Dark Matter just shows up between you two. It's like, hey, what's up?
Excuse me? What the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Curious.
Okay, just let us have this argument in peace.
Okay, he says we'll disappear.
Yes, I can float, but I'm not gonna be able to float very fast.
I have an idea.
Well, the ship's got a transporter, doesn't it? I thought.
I
It
think
is
so.
operational, but I don't believe it can do side to side at this time.
Oh.
I have an
I'm
idea.
thinking that
I
too.
have an idea.
Right.
Why don't we swoop in at an angle and
Uh-huh.
defuse at the last second, and we'll both crash into the bay of the ship. You'll float in, but I'll land on my head most likely.
Out of my head, it'll be fine.
And
I'm
turn back
bored.
into a goblin too. Okay, let's try that.
Okay, here we go. They swoop
Roll
back
an
to the back of the ship.
acrobatics check.
Which one of us?
Both of you.
Both of us? Okay.
As you're
Okay, what's your
spiraling
acrobatic?
towards- as you're
Oh,
spiraling
God!
towards the-
Acrobatics is also. Oh lord, acrobatics is also a.
I think you guys still have the crown, so.
Yeah, we still have the crown.
But it's still a disadvantage for poor Aya because she's wearing
And-
armor that she's not
And
supposed to be
Moogie,
wearing.
and Moogie too, because he doesn't have the acrobatics.
Oh no. No, he has acrobatics. It's just. Let's see. Damn it! I did roll a natural 20 on one of my dice.
Mm-hmm.
I had a 3.
Okay, so
What's the 3 plus
so-
1 is 4 plus 2 is 5.
that's 5 plus what I'm fixing to roll,
God.
which is okay, that's a 19. 14 and 5 is 19, right?
Alright.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes, it's a 19.
So
Oh
you guys
wow.
separate, and Aya, you go tumbling.
We're going with you.
Yeah, her wings doesn't come out in time. Yeah.
Tumbling towards the ship's like way. As you hit the snow, you just somersault over each other, and you just kind of like flop up onto like the little like metal piece that's like sticking out on the bay floor, and then you just hear overhead, and you hear a sound. It's like you just hear like a
Mm.
goblin colliding with a
I walk away with this.
That hurt. Damn it.
Dark Matter just goes, ah! Oh, I could never get tired of seeing people get hurt.
Ow!
Vessel.
Freddy
God.
floats over and says, "You don't have time to lie around, Aya." As he's like trying to drag your body like over the lip so that you can close the hatch.
Wait,
God.
is
Ow.
Richard fixed now? Holden says,
Ow.
The ship is pretty much fixed, and he says, "Everyone's gonna have to hold on tight."
is
Kinda-
Bolt or whatever his name is fixed yet?
Aya's out.
Yes.
Aya is so
Yeah.
out.
Clink is fixed, and he just kind of like grabs kind of like moves her off to the side, and closes the hatch and says, "Hold on." He signals with a thumbs up to like track on the web on like the camera of like the sensors, and ship lurches violently as like you hear a lot of creaking and like ricketing of metal, and the ship is starting to rise into the air as
Yep.
all the dust and snow, well not dust but snow and stuff caking on the top kind of falls off
Uh-huh.
and drops to the surfaces. The bottom underneath the ship just caves in. You see lava just rocket towards the bottom of the ship, and the ship is now going to point towards the sky and fly pretty fast
Alex-
towards the low orbit.
Alex goes, I'm pretty surprised that you got the ship done this fast.
It's not the best, he says as he turns around and says, "Oh, by the way, thanks for the new body."
Oh, not mentioning it, I just realized Werewolf Blood was very compatible with many things.
And he's
Oh,
grabbing
my
the stick
stuff
and
hurt
he's,
so much.
he's grabbing
okay,
the stick and flying the ship towards the low orbit.
Okay,
Yep.
Hey. Everybody roll a perception, except for Aya, who's been knocked out. She's not going to be a part of it.
She's dead, anyways.
No, she's not dead. She's just knocked out.
She's unconscious.
She's
Close enough.
unconscious.
15. I finally got a decent roll.
17 from Freddy.
Okay.
And Gifley has to roll.
Yes, I
Still
rolled
on-
a 21
Gifley
for
rolled a 2.
Alex.
All right.
Gifley rolled a 2.
Leilana and Moogie.
Moogie is staggering about right now. He did bonk his head pretty hard.
Okay, so he doesn't have to roll.
Oldwin
Yeah,
got
he's sitting there going to.
So Leilana has to roll though.
What am I rolling, Leilana?
Perception.
Perception.
Alex got himself a 21, and Oldwin
Good.
got himself a 17.
It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for her.
Okay. Everybody except for Leilana sees a smoking heap at the also in the cargo bay.
A what heap?
Smoking heap.
What's that smell? Alex just says, and Oldwin's like, I don't know.
Bess will go over to it right away.
Okay.
Is it any recognizable up close? It's kind of weird what it is.
Roll me a medicine.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Actually,
I rolled a 16 on a straight medicine check for what it's worth.
Okay. Also, Freddy Bot.
Yep.
Also roll me a medicine.
Give me a moment.
Yep.
That is a 13 plus 2, so
15.
Yep.
Okay. So this is what you two see. The whatever it is still alive. Very horribly burned.
Okay.
And you do hear moans and note to self, don't ever do that again. And
I'll drop-
you do recognize the voice a little bit. It does sound like Lady Mary.
Okay. I'll drop 3d6 of my healing light and be like, whoa.
Okay. Mookie has managed to shake off the blurredness from bonking his head. He's going to make his way over to the smoking heap, and he's going to roll roll a medicine check. Is it what? Was it a D20 plus my medicine?
Yes. What was it?
17, 18, 19. No, hold on. Wrong one. 19, 20, 21. I'm sorry. It was an 18 I rolled.
Okay, what you see, Mookie, that it is a very horribly burned, still alive, like the other two found out. Still alive.
Who is it?
It is Lady Mary. Just kind of, she has her eyes closed. She's horribly burned.
It's Lady Mary, okay?
This does 15 points of healing to her for what it's worth.
Okay. Some of the burn starts to go away, but she's just like,
Does Dark Matter's path go away?
Okay, I don't know what you did, but I'm going to tell you right now. What you just did put Leilana to shame on anything.
Leilana be like, you what, mate?
She cracks open an eye and looks up and sees this goblin face. I did what I had to get that time crystal.
Did you get it, or is it still there?
She holds up a hand, which I presume still has the time crystal.
It has a glowing crystal in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little scuffed and burnt and stuff like that, but it's still pulsing a little bit.
Dark Matter looks at it. Oh, that's neat.
I think I know what to do here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not supposed to be here.
I know. Hang on. You just lay there and hold onto the crystal. I'll be right back.
I am not planning on doing any promenades.
Just
stay
on the floor.
Stay on the floor now, man. Stay down.
And she has in her other hand the Segment 6, which is in her other hand, going. Oh, you might want to do something with this too.
Don't worry, I will. Leilana, come here. What is it, Mookie? Call her and get her here now.
Oh no.
Very well, I will call her.
Oh god.
Leilana's gonna stretch her arms out wide, like
Yep.
she's gonna stretch.
Uh-huh.
Doctor, can you come here, please?
You mean Vessel?
No,
No,
not
wrong
best.
doctor.
Oh, but Vessel perk up and he'll be like, "I'm already here."
I'm already here.
You
Oh,
hear the
I know what's
wheezing,
happening now.
you hear the wheezing sound of what appears to be materializing in the cargo bay. The very unmistakable sight of a blue box.
and what pops out is a lady, blonde-haired lady with glasses, wearing a pink coat with a scarf.
Wait, what now? I looked away for a second.
I'll provide a picture. I've got a picture.
Mhm.
Give me a second. I actually have a picture. There. Okay, hang on. Where am I putting this? Hee. Am I putting this in character chat?
Yes.
Yes. Excuse me.
All right. Just give me a second here. This is what you see. I hope that pops up for you guys.
Should in a moment. There goes.
Well,
It's
you guys have to
a-
download it. Yeah, you guys have to download it. Unfortunately,
no.
it's not gonna pop up with the picture.
If you
I
just
feel
click
like
on,
it's gonna be
just click on the link, it pops up.
this particular doctor, but yeah.
Well, no, this is okay. Backstory: this was the doctor for the Doctor Who RPG that Geek and Sundry did,
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly.
and Miss Amy Dallin played this particular doctor.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is what you see.
Oh.
But instead of no glasses, she's wearing glasses. So
Moogie is going to walk over to Aya.
who is still knocked out?
Not Aya. Lady Mary.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know why I said Aya, but Lady Mary. Okay. He takes the time crystal and the segmented six from her and holds it up to the lady with the scarf. These do not belong on this planet.
And she looks at. Yes, you are right. Neither of these belong on this planet. This one points to the segmented six. Definitely does not belong on this planet. But it needs to go to the proper person, and I think Lady Mary knows that person. Although she
Lady Mary is currently incapacitated.
Oh my. What did she do?
She flew into the core of the planet, trying to keep it from blowing up, which was stupid.
I've treated her burns.
You hear over the PA. We are now over the. We are now at a safe range in orbit, and you can see like the star field outside.
Mhm.
And
And this woman kind of wanders. She keep a hold of those. Don't go anywhere. She walks over. She does a scan. She looks down. My dear, the next time you decide to fly into the core of a world, protect yourself. And Lady Mary goes, I was playing chicken with a crystalline creature that, you know what? I don't need to be talked to by somebody like you. Everything hurts.
Freddie just floats over and says, "I can help with that."
Shut up, Freddie.
No, touch her and I will kill you.
So the lady just kind of she quietly chuckles.
She just kind of like pushes the bot aside.
Well, no, she doesn't push the bot aside. She kind of looks at the bot, quietly chuckles, looks back down at Lady Mary. Well, I cannot help with your burns, my dear, but I can get one of these things out of your hair, as it were. She walks back over to Moogie, picks up the crystal, and says, I will take this where it needs to go, or where I need to go with it. Or wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Pat Moogie's head very gently. Thank you. Walks back into the TARDIS, closes the door, and the TARDIS leaves.
Wow.
Okay. That settles that. Now.
You still have the Segmentic 6, which is still very carefully pulsing in your hand, although it's not doing anything to you currently.
Okay, now what do I do with this stuff?
You hear more moanings. There's a... never mind, I'll get it. I think. Ow!
No, you don't move.
Okay, there is a containment box on my belt to put that thing in.
He's gonna reach down and very gently pull the containment box off of her belt.
It looks like one of those jewel boxes, but you can see through it. You know what I'm talking about, Mac?
Yeah,
Okay, it looks like one of those.
a crystal emporium.
It's something like that, yeah. Just
He's gonna
put it-
open it,
it-
cram the Segmented 6 in there, and shut it.
Good. Can I be taken to the med bay now? I hurt.
Moogie is Moogie is going to roll a strength check to pick her up carefully.
Wait a minute, this is in his goblin form.
Yeah, I know, but
The
still.
strong little goblin boy.
So 15? Is that enough? Because she's kind of still in a heap, burnt.
Yes, she's kind of in a heap. Yes, that will.
Okay,
Maneuver.
come on. Let's get you to medical.
Ow.
Freddy is already
God.
feeling his way to medical. And says,
If I
don't
have to
worry,
listen-
we'll have you patched up in no time.
Boogie's gonna glare at Freddy.
You happy sadistic bot, you!
And he's gonna just like come over to you and it's like, now, let's make this all better. And he's going to inject you with a sedative to put you to sleep.
Yeah, she's not gonna resist. But it's sort of like the last words you hear just before she drops off to sleep is, "Don't let him rearrange my."
I don't know what you said, but okay.
That was the point.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to understand what she said.
Okay, now Moogie is going to grab Freddy Bot, like full on, just like boom, sinking his claws into the metal. And he's gonna roll intimidation roll.
Internal structural damage detected. It just turns around and says,
That is a 27.
you see
Oh,
some of
Lord.
his servos like pop and he just like says, critical damage detected. Critical.
You listen to me closely. If she does not come out of this fully healed because of your treatment, I will tear out every circuit you have and eat it in front of you.
If a bot could quiver, it's quivering.
Oh God, yes.
Dark Matter just like walks up to Moogie, puts his like elbow, like leans onto him, like, aren't you a little feisty?
He turns the glare to dark matter.
Yes.
You just look at you're just staring at an emotionless mask with like I forgot what color his eyes were, but like his colored eyes peering back at you through his emotionless mask.
I don't need criticism from you.
No, not criticism. Back in my days when I was a little troublemaker, still kind of. I would have loved to meet someone like you.
And as you
Alright.
guys make your way up to the bridge, at least some of you,
Some of us. Yep.
you can
Well,
see,
I still passed out on the floor.
you can see the
Wait a
planet
minute.
below.
both Lady Mary and Aya are
Out
Ow.
cold.
Aya's out cold even before all this happened. Lady Mary just kind of was put under sedation. I love it.
So you can see the planet below with this bright flash of light that surrounds the planet,
Mhm.
and then as the light fades,
Mhm.
a beautiful new world is born,
Oh.
Wow.
full of lush gardens, trees, polar ice caps, deserts. It's a thriving paradise.
Oh, that's what was gonna happen. I see.
And Drac just looks at the monitor and says, "Well, I guess it's time for our next adventure." And he says to Clink, "Hit it." And the ship just jumps into light speed, and that's where we're going to end today's game.
Cool.
I am so sorry for the rant. I was looking completely in the wrong spot.
So thank you guys
It's okay.
for joining us for today's game. I am PA Kenny USA. Joining me was Vess, Aya Jokin, our lovely Moogie, although a little late,
Just a little.
Leilana,
Hello, everyone. I love you all.
Dark Matter,
Howdy.
and Alex.
I think my tail's still on fire. Yes, it is.
And don't forget our lovely friend Mage Hand. We'll see you guys
And
next time.
Alduin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Alduin.
me. Don't forget about me. Sure.
Yep.
Oh, and our newest character, Dragon Lady. Goodbye, everyone. I love you.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week for Shores of Sorrows. Bye.
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 Before we leave, please stay tuned because we'll be raiding into one of our suggested friends, Agent B. Smith, who also plays D&D. So stay tuned after the credits because we'll be raiding into them. Remember, raiding helps us in our show, so feel free to stick around and enjoy the raid. That being said, thanks for joining us. Bye.
Is the mic off?
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I say, something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind